that's live. There be the stream, so I can share it on socials. Feel bad, I haven't like touched the YouTube channel in a while, and it's like I have so many different projects I'm working on for it. But I've been so busy, and I just really want to get back to making videos. Hey, Shiny. I want to watch the intro cutscene, because I like this game's intro cutscene. It's cute! Going forward, streams are going to be on Twitch, which I'm going to be talking about pretty much the entire time. This is like basically an update video in the form of a stream. Look at this intro. It's all snazzy and Sonic Heroes-y. Normally I have like a 4:3 aspect ratio overlay that I use, but I realize who cares? I can just have black bars on the side and not worry about it in a 16:9 window. No, I don't want to watch a Seaside Hill demo, especially because you have to load that shit. This is basically a Twitch promo stream, but I'm not going to actively say that, you know, because it makes me look stupid. I wanted to play the intro cutscene. Please play the intro cutscene. Sonic Heroes on the Nintendo GameCube, which I couldn't find for like 20 minutes. I was looking for it, and then eventually I realized it was already in my GameCube from when I was going to stream it last week. Oops, my bad. You know, if I would just play games with emulation like every other streamer I know, be fine. Like, I know a handful of other streamers who consistently use original hardware. But on the bright side, I get to be like, look at my fancy wireless GameCube controller, and feel good about myself for 10 seconds. I do love the Wavebird. It's a really solid controller. I love wireless controllers in general. In fact, while I wait for people to come into chat and watch and stuff, I got a wireless Nintendo 64 controller. It's lit. I like it. I love wireless controllers so very much. Because I just don't like cables all over the place. Especially because my gaming setup is a bit of a mess. It's like really nice, but it's a complete mess. I need to clean it so bad. I think we're going to start. I'm going to be Team Sonic. Because I feel like it. Also, I'm sure we'll end up talking about the absolute shitload of Sonic-related news that happened this week out of nowhere. We went from, like, nothing to a ton. It's ridiculous. I love it. You know, some people think Ryan Drummond's going to come back. I don't think Ryan Drummond's coming back. But a lot of people seem really convinced that we're going to get Ryan Drummond back. And I'm not sure where that theory is coming from, other than the fact that people are still convinced that the next game's an adventure remake, which I'd be fine with, I guess. Like, I'd rather see a new game, but I'd be fine with an adventure remake as well, as long as it was done well. Because adventure does have some stuff that could be smoothed over. It's my favorite Sonic game. Probably, like, second, third favorite game of all time. Love it to death. It's not perfect. This is kind of violent. What the fuck you mean, crack that Eggman wide open? Like, that sounds like murder. You know? That that sounds like actual, just standard vanilla murder. Which is fine. You know, nothing wrong with killing some folks, I guess. It's just really... It's a little out of character. It's just a very violent thing to say, and you know what? I kind of love it. I also love Sonic Heroes sometimes. Not all the time. Like, this isn't one of my favorite Sonic games, but at the same time, like, it's one of my favorite ones to just go back and blast through. This autopilot game is fun. Heroes isn't completely on autopilot. I feel like Heroes, whenever it's doing its thing well, has some really smart and clever platforming, actually. It just, you know, doesn't always do its thing well. Hey, Kenny. But this isn't Spyro. What are you doing here? Also, I'm actually starting on Spyro, so hopefully you'll be proud of me. Dave said that I'm good to just play the reignited version, but I'm also OCD and lame, so I just bought the PS1 version of Spyro 1, so hopefully I don't end up hating it. if this game didn't, if I didn't look at Sonic games as complete wholes, like if I looked at this as just like Team Sonic story, this would probably be one of my favorite 3D Sonic games, period. But because I look at these as like a complete set, I can't. Then again, like I love Sonic Adventure, and like half of, like a solid third of that game blows. But like when I think of this game, I just think of, oh yeah, I gotta do the special stages. Oh yeah, I gotta play through this Team Dark, and it takes like an hour to get through a level. Spyro's better than Crash. Smiley face, wrong. Am I gonna have a domestic dispute in my chat? Because I'm fine with that, honestly. That's fun. All I know is I've actually played most of the Crash games, and I like the vast majority of them. So Spyro actually has some serious shoes to fill in that department. Plus, I've never seen Spyro in a dance battle against Sonic, but I have seen Crash in a dance battle against Sonic. You can at least say you've played this game. I've played so much Heroes over the years. I love this game dearly. But again, like, I can't say it's one of my favorites because when I think about, like, actually the process of beating it, like, it's a nightmare. I did my first, like, actual complete playthrough of all the stories and the special stages, like, last year. The first one I've done since, like, middle school. And I had a horrible time. Like, I didn't enjoy it at all. I enjoyed Team Sonic. I kind of enjoyed Team Dark. Team Rose was fine. Except I was doing the special stages, so I was actually aggravated. You like the special stages in here more than most other special stages? I'd rank them towards the bottom, and that's saying a lot for me, because I really hate special stages in Sonic. Like, they're probably my least favorite recurring gimmick. There are ones I like. The ones in Mania, chef's kiss. 3D Blast on Saturn had really good special stages. I like, ironically, the Generations 3DS special stages a whole lot. In fact, I'd say Dimps mostly did pretty good special stages. The process of getting to the special stages in most of their games was a nightmare, but I like the actual gameplay in them, so meh. Yeah, I always do Team Rose when I go for the special stages. Otherwise, it's a fucking nightmare. Because, oh no, you got stuck in the wall and couldn't move for 20 seconds and the Chaos Emerald got away. If you're doing it as Team Dark, that's like a 20-minute level you got to repeat. And as Team Sonic, they're still pretty long. They're like 7-8 minutes towards the end, which is fine. I'm good with decently long Sonic stages. That doesn't inherently bother me. But it does bother me if I have to replay it again because of something completely out of my control. You'll fail Mania because you didn't get all the emeralds. I think Mania is the only Sonic game where I consistently get the Chaos Emeralds when I play through it. Like Sonic 1, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sonic 2, fucking never. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, 50% of the time. Like, I'd say it's like half the time. Because I don't like Blue Spheres, like, at all. So it's like, depends on the day. 3D Blast I usually do because on Genesis it's just really, really easy. And on Saturn, the special stages are awesome. But at the same time, I don't often play through 3D Blast for fun. Like, I never do, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Special stages are not a thing I like. I wanted to do, like, a top 10 special stages video last year. And then I realized I got to the part where I was like, all right, I got the ranking done. It's time to actually record them. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to do that part. Look, it's the Lightspeed attack no one talks about being in this game. It's somehow even worse than the one in the adventure games, too. I love that. Like, I like the fact that the Lightspeed attack is here. I think it's kind of neat. But it sucks, and that's hilarious. Also, for some reason in this game, you can homing attack the goal ring? It doesn't matter, but you can. In the other games, you can't. It's like, it's not a... You can dash into it, I guess, but it won't do anything? It'll just, like, treat like you just slammed into it with an attack. But here, it will actually lock on with the homing attack. Like, you can't air dash near it, because you'll just curve into it. And I just think that's very odd. I don't know why we're just letting it tally up the score.
That was tight.
4 minutes for the first level of a Sonic game is pretty long. Never realized how long of a level Seaside Hill is. Like, it's a really good intro stage. I love the aesthetics in Heroes, but I never realized how long that stage is. It's longer than I thought. That's kind of nifty.
A sea palace.
Looks like Eggman.
I do love this game visually. Probably more than the adventure games. I don't like the character models. I don't think anyone likes these character models. They're hideous. But, like, just in terms of an art style, God, this game nails it. It looks so good. Like, honestly, I think it's the same reason that controversial opinion. I really like Lost World. part of why is because I just like the way the visuals look. I like having this classic art style in 3D thing. Granted, Lost World didn't do it with as much charm as this game, but it had a similar vibe, and I think it works. They're pretty alright in your opinion. They could have been less plastic. Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the issue with them. Like, everyone looks literally like they're coated in Vaseline. It's very gross. Like, I feel like if you touch Sonic, he'd be really greasy. You know? Like, And he shouldn't be like that. He should not be a greasy man. I guess I'll do a special stage. This was my hideout as a kid. I would always go in here. Every time you walk into the right-hand side of this one weird platform, you'll just clip through it. And I used to go down here as a kid and go in the first person and just look at the models and be like, yeah, Knuckles and Tails. I was like, fuck yeah, that's my hideout. I was very lonely as a child. That was my friendship. Actually, that's not true. For the record, I just like self-deprecating humor. But I did that a lot. Like, that part's not a lie. I used to just, like, go down there every time I played through this level. And I didn't have infinite memory card space as a kid. Like, now, okay, if I need more memory card space, okay, I can get a GameCube memory card at work for 10 bucks. As a kid, we had a bunch of memory cards. Most of them sucked. They had, like, no space. We had one Nintendo brand one that I wasn't allowed to use. That was my sister's. I had, like, a stack of cheap Mad Catz ones. So I had to be very careful with when I saved, and eventually that got changed, but like, because this has most of my childhood saves on it. Eventually my sister stopped giving a shit about video games, and I was able to just use this one. But yeah, I didn't save Sonic Heroes for a long time. I don't think I actually saved in this game for like the first year I played it. Probably less than a year. Everything feels like such a long time when you're a kid. Like, it feels like there's years between me playing each of the Sonic games, but then I look and no. It would have been a couple of years max between me getting into Sonic and, like, Sonic 06 coming out. Like, I think I got all these games in 2003 or 2004. So I'd say 2003 sounds... Between 2003 and 2004, I would have gotten, like, all the GameCube Sonic games. Then I got Shadow as it came out, and 06 took a while because I had to wait until I got a 360. But you know, it felt like an eternity where I couldn't save in Heroes, because if I saved in Heroes, I wouldn't have space for SA1 and SA2, which took up a ton of space because of the Chow Gardens, and I didn't really understand that you could just, you know, not do the Chow Garden or delete the Chow Garden data and it wouldn't matter. So, also, Balan Wonderworld kind of brought back the Chow Garden, kind of, sort of. Balan Wonderworld's so weird, I really need to finish my video on it, because I have thoughts, let me tell you. My thoughts may or may not include, wow, I hope this game gets delayed. It won't. It definitely won't. But it'd be cool if they would, like, make it not the way it is, because I think it's a cool idea for a platformer with some decent level design and nothing else going for it. Well, nah, I like the graphics. It's pretty alright in your opinion. You think there's some stuff they haven't shown off yet? I mean, maybe. Definitely, actually. I don't know. Balan's weird. That game's just odd. I like everything about it except for the actual gameplay. And even then, I think if you could attack and jump, it'd be fine. Every single button except for the bumpers, because those cycle through your costumes. All the other buttons jump or attack, and they're all the same action. It's like they were... It's like they look back and they were like, what did people like about the games we made in the past? Well, Sonic Adventure 2 had context-sensitive action buttons. Let's just do that, but with everything. It's wild. I hate that. As a little kid, he played Sonic 1 and Sonic 3. I played all the Genesis games because I had Mega Collection. Oh, that ring doesn't... That's weird. Some of the Go rings are homing attack targets. That one isn't? What the fuck? I think what they were going for with the context-sensitive buttons in Balan was having that Sonic Adventure 2 thing with a context-sensitive action button. Because Heroes and 06, they all did the same thing. The problem with that is that it sucked in those games. And, like, in this game, at least it makes sense that there's only one action button because these two switch characters. And L and R control the camera, but I'm pretty sure... And there's no excuse for it in Adventure 2, honestly. And there's definitely no excuse for it in fucking 06. But I think that's what they're going for in Balan, and I think it's terrible. I think it's a terrible idea. God, Ryan Drummond was really good in this game. I always forget how good his Sonic voice was, specifically in Heroes. I like him and fine in the adventure games, but like it wasn't an amazing performance, especially in Adventure 1. He's pretty great in Adventure 2. I love this boss fight because you can just mash the A button and Sonic will just very awkwardly sort of hug him. Die. This boss fight took a lot longer when I was a kid and I like refused to switch to Tails or Knuckles or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, homing attack forever. Whereas, you know, you can just mash the B button very quickly. And it works fine.
All right.
Be cool if they had more than one victory pose. Especially because it looks really bad from any angle that isn't dead on. Like, you know, I don't think you're supposed to be able to see Sonic's arm clipping through his back spines there. But it's very clear. Also, like, what is that pose? It looks really cool from the front, but it's very goblinish from the back. Like, he looks like a fucking Lord of the Rings villain. Grand Metropolis was my jam as a kid. I love this level so much. I mean, I still like it. It's good. I like most of Heroes levels, actually. The level design in Heroes is its strongest suit. But I was so in love with this level as a kid. I thought it was super rad. And then they, like, sort of brought it back in Forces, and I was like, oh, it's okay, I guess. Is this game finished? Favorite. Yeah, Heroes is a very polished Sonic game, actually. In the grand scheme of the series, it's one of the most... In terms of the 3D games, I'd say it's one of the most finished and, like, definitively, I think they did what they were trying to do with it kind of games. I know there's cut content, but, like, a very average amount. It's nothing spectacular, and I think this was the game they were trying to make. Versus, like, even the adventure games, which are... Again, finished, but they're very unpolished, especially Adventure 1. I love that game dearly, but it is not a polished game at all. This is my favorite Sonic mechanic, slowly pressing the B button and pushing it. I am very curious about what's going to happen with the Sonic franchise going forward, though. Because, like... It seems like they're doing different things with the franchise. I mean, Roger Craig Smith leaving the part of Sonic, or being forced to leave the part of Sonic more accurately. That I'm not too keen on. But, you know, everything else they're doing seems interesting. Sonic Prime, just judging by who's involved in it and the tone they're supposedly going for, seems interesting. Everything going on has my attention. Not necessarily my optimism, but my attention, which is something, at least, you know. You missed this one Sonic stream from a couple years ago. It was a 24/7 Sonic Games marathon at sometimes the shows. It's probably also, like, illegal and not licensed if it had the shows. Which is probably why said stream doesn't exist anymore, because typically companies don't take too kind to their copyright being infringed. Oh, look, this game's Lightspeed Dash sucks. I love the Lightspeed Dash so much as a mechanic, but it barely works in Heroes. It actually, like, I physically tense up every time I have to use it over a bottomless pit, which does happen a few times, especially in Team Dark Story. You have to use it a bunch, and it freaks me the hell out every single time. Again, Lightspeed Dash, like, one of my favorite moves in a video game. I like it so much. Just not this version of it. Triangle Dive should come back, though. That shit's awesome. Again, they kind of had it in Lost World, and I enjoyed that. I like having Sonic be given these acrobatic abilities. Like, yeah, it's great that he can spin dash jump and stuff in a lot of the games. That's very fun. But let him run on walls. Let him jump off walls like a madman. Let it be like a playable version of Sonic CD's intro without being completely momentum-based. Like, yeah, I like projects like Sonic Utopia, Sonic GT, etc. But I also like having that same level of flexibility in Sonic's moveset be based entirely just on player input and not necessarily on skill level, you know? For once you catch one of my streams, hey, if you want to catch more of my streams, I usually stream on Twitch. But I wanted to do it on YouTube because the channel has been super inactive. And it makes me sad. I've just been so busy. I have so many videos in the works, like actively in the works. Not, oh yeah, they're in the works, as in like they're ideas I have. I have a bunch of stuff like half recorded, fully recorded, half scripted, fully scripted. My camera battery's actively charging right now for me to record a script tomorrow, so hopefully I'll actually finish something. Love the anti-gravity. Sonic usually does anti-gravity decently well. This game has some fun with its weird, not so much gravity as much as it's like weird perspective and just the way the game pushes you around, but it's nifty. I love the homing attack getting wind properties as you level it up. That's just super cool. Like, it's nifty. A lot of the stuff this game does appeals to me just as a Sonic fan, because I do think this version of Sonic is one of the most fun to control, even if I think the control doesn't necessarily fit the level design and is occasionally way too slippery. But he's fun. And whenever things actually line up and work as they're intended, man, it's so fun to just fly all over the place like a madman. Is Riders a good racing game? That's a great question. I own all 3 Riders games. I played a little bit of Zero Gravity and a little bit of Free Riders, and that's it. I have multiple copies of the first Riders game, and I have it on GameCube and PS2. I've just never played it. It's one of those things that I'm like, yeah, I'm absolutely going to play that eventually because it is Sonic and it is popular. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It's definitely on the agenda. I like racing games just by and large, so I'm sure I will get around to it eventually. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game, music-wise. It's so good. Heroes is one of the best soundtracks in the series, actually. I listen to it a lot on the way to work. Only problem with that is I'll end up speeding. Like, really consistently, I will speed if I have Sonic music playing in my car. Because it's pretty much, I get on the highway, there's like, an exit onto the highway, like, up 2 blocks from my house. So I drive to the highway, and then from there, it's like 8 minutes at 55 miles an hour, and I'm at work. Like, it's pretty much a straight shot. Wow, homing attack, thanks for not working at all. Fine, I'll do it as intended, game. I love using the blue tornado as like an impromptu double jump. It's not the intended way to do it, but it's fun. You think Heroes has the best rail system in the series? I think I like it in theory. I hate the fact that I very consistently fly to my death in Rail Canyon, though. Can you guys get up so I can kill? Thank you. Back on YouTube? For this stream, yes. Long term, I don't think so. I want to transition over to Twitch, but I think I'm going to make it more of a gradual transition where I'm going to split the streams pretty much 50-50. I mean, look at it like this. I have, what, 450 subscribers as of today? By the time I hit 1,000, I would like it to be 100% streams on Twitch and have this all be videos on YouTube, which means probably a couple months before it's relevant. But that's basically how I lay a timeline out. I guess fall to my death in Rail can be more accurate. I mean fly more in the sense that, you know, you're going, and then suddenly you're just skyrocketing off to the left. I never have any issues with Final Rush, but I do have issues with Rail Canyon, so, you know. Maybe I just know SA2 better than Heroes. That's very possible. That is a game I go back to more often. Shadow game was gross and edgy. Yeah, I hate Shadow the Hedgehog. That game sucks. I have like nothing nice to say about it other than I actually like Shadow had a really good system for rail grinding, and I think the gunplay worked really well, even if I think it was a stupid idea. But it played well. It was fun to use. So, you know, like I'll give it props where I think it deserves it. I always try to give games props when it deserves props. It's just hard sometimes. Hello, turtle guy. If you use Blue Tornado against certain kinds of platforms, Sonic will just like kick off of it and do a double jump, basically. It's so satisfying. It's very fun. Shadow's your second favorite 3D Sonic game. Are you mentally disturbed? No, I just don't agree with you. But I actually do see the merit Shadow has as a game. Like, I think it's more interesting to talk about than people give it credit for. There's certainly things I like about it, just not a ton. What do I think of reusing stages? I'm sick of seeing Sonic games reuse stages. I think that both the next 2D and next 3D Sonic game really need to have all original stages. I'm pretty much give Green Hill Zone a pass. I'm sick of it like everyone else, but I'll give it a pass. I don't really care if Green Hill Zone's in a game. It's iconic enough that I'm like, whatever. Everything else, we need new levels. Please, we need new stages. Especially in 2D games. Like, Yeah, Forces had reused stages, but they didn't bother me nearly as much as the ones in Mania. Partially because Mania I just thought was a better game in every single conceivable way, so having these stages come back in that game was just like, you know, I would have loved to see more creativity just as an option for the devs. You wouldn't complain if you got Emerald Hill instead of Green Hill? I even count things like Windy Hill as reusing Green Hill Zone, to be fair. Like, my classification for reusing would totally count if they brought back Emerald Hill. Because even though in Sonic, in a 2D game, they're distinct enough that I would not consider it reuse. In 3D, I think I would, if that makes sense, because I don't know how to describe it. I'm also just sick of seeing nostalgia pandering in the Sonic franchise, but I think everyone's sick of that. And I bear in mind, I'm not just being like, oh, we need all modern, all 3D. I'm fine with 2D. I'm actually fine with 2D, 3D hybrid gameplay. I don't have any issues with any of those things. It is purely, it's not gameplay, it's not character design. It is entirely stage design and stage aesthetics that I'm interested in seeing revitalized with new ideas. Because we know this franchise can do better. Can I make it with one of these? No, I could do that other stupid jump thing where you, like, do the dumb not spin dash into a wall and you fly upwards, but I don't know how to do that. I've just seen it in speedruns. Because hero speedruns are actually really fun to watch, as it turns out. I don't know what he's talking about, but Sonic's very pleased. That's it, he said, as he's nowhere near anything. Okay, I completely missed that rail because I was trying to read chat. Oops. I was hoping they would just die, but they flew off into outer space. That's okay. Ah! That freaked me out. Okay. Why does Elise say she loves her palace people and city, but doesn't care about the world? Well, you see, the thing is, 06 is a very strange, terribly written game. I love it dearly, and I like its characters a lot because they're really funny. But that game's story, in my eyes, and its characters are fundamentally broken. That's half of why I like 06. The other half is that I think the level design is really good, and the bad gameplay is funny. There's very little I don't like about 06, at least ironically. That's why I get really torn where people are like, what do you prefer, 06 or Forces? Which is like this weird thing I get a lot in comments. They're like, well, you would certainly probably take 06 over Forces, right? And I'm like, well, you see, on one hand, Forces functions, and I have some amount of consistent actual fun playing it, based purely on, like, gameplay. On the other hand, 06 is hilarious, and has much more interesting level design and ideas. '06 is so damn slow. Yes. Yes, it is. And I will stress that whenever I say I like playing 06, I exclusively mean Sonic story and gameplay, and I guess, like, Blaze, if you want to count her. But the actual, like, game as a whole, oh, it's actually bad. Like, not even just boring, but it's just, like, legitimately terrible. I don't think Silver or Shadow's gameplay is remotely okay. Sonic's is decent enough because it's just a worse version of Adventure. But the other two, I think, are terrible. So, like, as a whole, what would I actually rather play through? Any day of the week, I would take Forces, because I'd rather be bored for 2 hours than frustrated for 6. But, you know, I do like Sonic's gameplay in 06 more than I like it in Forces, I guess. Even Sonic is slow in 06. Yeah, no, the gameplay is... Sonic's gameplay in 06 is bad. Again, I will stand by the fact that I think it actually has some kind of interesting level design that I really enjoy playing through. No, 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 no. Okay, whatever. That kind of worked. What boosted me up? Does the fire just launch you upwards? That's really weird. I like it, though. That's fine. Please die. Thank you. What exactly does Tails scream whenever he does Thundershoot? He's like, "Shake!" I can never tell what he's screaming. It's very awkward. I'll say, I do not like this Tails voice. Yeah, see, that one I homing attack, but the last ring, gold ring I tried to homing attack, he just sort of air dashed into. Whatever. Forces is so damn mediocre, while 06 is a broken mess. 06, however, had decent gameplay, unlike Forces, plus the glitches make the game have something interesting. I think you're kind of right, yeah. That basically says it. I'd say Forces is just so aggressively uninteresting that it turns people off. I don't hate it, though. I can't hate it. I've tried to hate it. I just can't. It just doesn't bother me. I would rather play through Forces from start to finish than a lot of Sonic games, because I can beat it in 2 hours. Hot take, I like Forces more than Unleashed as a whole, like as a complete game. Like by a decent margin. I don't think Unleashed is very good. I like Unleashed in parts, but as a whole, I would take Forces over it. I like this boss fight, though. What Sonic thing am I most excited for? Sonic Movie 2, new game, or Sonic Prime? Game. Easily. I care more about the games in the Sonic franchise than any other part by a huge margin. Sonic is not my favorite film franchise. It has never been my favorite comic series. It's never been my favorite cartoon. I like it in all of those capacities. I like the movie a lot. I like most of the cartoons a lot. Casino Park. I like everything about Sonic. But the games I love. Sonic Prime will be a dumpster fire, probably. I don't know. I'm kind of optimistic about that one. I think it looks like it'll be interesting. I don't know if it'll be great, but it'll entertain. You gotta bear in mind that it's still marketed at kids. You're excited for Sonic to come to your house and hang out because you know that he's real and just needs to know that you're real, then you can be buddies. I just can't wait for Sonic to deliver my packages and provide me with quality movie and film and television show streaming with Sonic Prime. Sonic Prime available half price for students. I'm making an Amazon Prime joke. Alright. Sonic died. That's canon. He's just actually dead. This is a ghost. God, I hate these levels so much. These are the worst pinball physics I've ever played in a video game. And that's saying a hell of a lot. Like, it's really, really abysmal. I cannot stand these stages. These are where I used to just stop playing Heroes as a kid. Okay, Sonic, go homing attack forward. There you go. Good boy. You know how people are so scared / upset at Sonic Prime, considering it's by Man of Action. Yeah, that's kind of my logic, actually. The people behind it are competent. I think the show will be fine. If it's got I never watched Generator Rex much, but I'm thinking that's the tone it's going to be going for, and I'm fine with that. I think it's going to capture a very Sonic Adventure-y level of, like, not seriousness, but, like, pseudo-seriousness. Like, it doesn't blow off serious stakes, but it still has fun. That's the tone that I think they're going to go for with it. Then again, I actually like, laughing Ken Penders. Ew. I didn't want to think about him. I actually still think Sonic as a kiddie series works fine. I'm pretty indifferent to how Sonic's handled as long as I think the writing is decent. And controversial opinion time, I'm sorry, but I think Colors is pretty well written. Yeah, the writing goes downhill from there for sure. But since Colors is the one everyone seems to use as an example of how bad Sonic rating can be, I don't know. I like Sonic Colors story. I thought it was fun. I thought Lost World had really good character interactions. Generally speaking, I don't think that the modern Sonic game stories were as bad as everyone thought they were. I mean, they weren't good, but they weren't really trying to be. And for what they were going for, I thought they pulled it off fine. Fuck, I hate this so much. I'm not even in the slot machine, Tails. Shut the fuck up. What the hell is down here? Is there another path down here I could have taken all along? Up, I'm dead. Homing attack. Poof. Did I say Ken? No, you said Ken Kenders. I thought I said Ken Kenders, and I was like, I did not fuck up like that. And I didn't, so that's good. I don't like hearing like a child say, by the way, while we're balls. It's weird. It's weird, Sega Sonic team. You strange, strange people, you. Yuji Naka himself wrote that line, I bet. And then he made Balan Wonderworld. It's the ultimate punishment for our insolence. Again, I didn't hate the Balan demo. I have a video I'm working on about that. The problem is, every time I rewrite the script, my opinion changes. It's too weird. It's such an odd game, and I am doing it scripted. It's going to be an actual LyingTuna episode, because I have that much to say about it. Expect that, like, in the next week. Next couple days, more accurately. Like, Wednesday, Thursday-ish. The Sonic Storybook series was robbed. I like Sonic Storybook. What are you talking about? Isn't this the stage you need 200 rings or something like that? In Chaotix, you need to get a bunch of rings. That's so bad. Yeah. Balan Wonderworld was like 06 2.0. No, I don't agree. There's stuff I like about Balan Wonderworld as a fan of other Sega games and other Sonic Team games especially. I really like Billy Hatcher, even though I don't love it. I don't know. I feel very similarly about Balan as I do about Billy Hatcher, except I think Billy Hatcher was much better. I just need to get to the top of this fucking pinball. Yeah, I am trying to, Tails. Thanks for the advice. You, I don't give a shit. I don't want rings. Say what you will about Sonic's pinball, right? Could have been a lot worse. It could have been so much worse. The character pace is on par with 06. Honestly, yeah. The way that Balan, I don't know what the actual main character's name is. It's not Balan. Balan's the weird night guy that you don't actually play as except in a quick time event. But the kid that you play as, like, he has this running animation. He, like, books it. He's darting forward, and then he actually moves, and it's, like, 1/8 of a kilometer an hour. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't know why I just did kilometers. I'm American, but damn it, he's so slow. Actually, I know. It's because kilometers are slower than miles. Well, not slower than miles, but, you know. Yeah, no, you know, okay. If you're going in terms of, like, a measurement of speed, a kilometer per hour would be less, because... Shut the fuck up, Knuckles. You don't need to rub it in. Also, why was some of the letters in the subtitles all fucked up? I don't know if that was just an issue with my scaler. I know the FrameMeister is supposed to be awful for 480p, but I don't think this looks bad otherwise. Just that one line of text was wrong looking. It was all mangled. I do love how people talk about the FrameMeister as being like the worst thing at 480p video. It is a weird thing to rant about, but that's the upscaler I'm using is a FrameMeister. And, you know, oh, thank God we made it through there. Oh, that was a nightmare. But it's supposed to be so bad for 480p, especially through Component. And it does look really shitty by default, but, you know, you change some color settings, and then you get this. And I'm like, hey, this looks really good. And then everyone else is like, it's awful. And I'm like, I don't know, I think it looks really good. Mangled text is an issue with this game. I just never noticed it. I know it's a thing in SA2. I just never saw it before. Your main issue with Balan is the times it would just cause my Xbox to freeze briefly. I didn't have that issue on my Xbox, but I played it on a Series X. It looked and ran really well on the Series X, actually. I was really pleased with that. I also realized, of course, that, you know, not everyone's playing it on the impossible-to-find next-gen Xbox. Most people are playing it on PS4, Xbox One, or Switch. So, can I skip any of this? Oh, they're back! Hello! Come on, just go in the fucking thing. I hate this level so much. Why did I play Heroes? I hate this level. Every time I play Heroes, I get here and I'm like, ah. Like, up to this point, I'm like, damn, Heroes rules. No, be Knuckles. Be Knuckles. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you in the sky? Okay, everyone's back. Good. Yours is a base Xbox One, so maybe that's why. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I didn't play Balan on my base Xbox One. I've actually only played it on Series X. Because I'm gonna probably try and record the Switch version too, because I keep hearing horror stories about it. And I did install that version. I just, you know, I didn't feel like playing it yet. I'm sure I will before I finish the script for the video. I want to say, spoiler alert, here's what I think about Balan in the video. But honestly, I don't know what my opinion's gonna be by the time I actually sit down and write out all my thoughts. Because I can tell you, it starts off really negative and gets pretty positive as you play the later levels of the demo. But the first hour, no, not hour, because it's only like an hour-long demo. The first half hour, 40 minutes of that demo, sucked the life out of me. I hated it. I was like, oh, man. And I thought that the weird, like, It almost has like a Mario Galaxy sort of anti-gravity visual, but it's not. It's almost like a fisheye effect, but like the wrong direction. It was physically nauseating to play for me. And then it got really fun whenever I got to the later levels and it wasn't doing that. So I don't know what to think. But I need to figure out what I think because I'm making a video about that demo. Probably not reviewing the game at launch, which was the original plan. But I think instead we're going to be talking about some other stuff that comes out in March. Namely, I want to talk about Godzilla and probably do a Mega Man video in March, I think. I'll have 2 videos in February, maybe 3 videos in February, more accurately. Probably 3. 2 or 3. Whichever between March and February, I should have 5 videos going up. Yeah, 5. So, I don't know how they'll be distributed out. 1 month will have 2, one will have 3. I don't know which month's going to have what. Just write the video where instead of talking about your opinion, I just talk about how the name Balan is stupid. I don't hate the name Balan. I do think the name Wonderworld is stupid because I keep thinking it's Wonderland. Like, consistently keep thinking it's going to be Wonderland, and then it just never is. It's always Balan Wonderworld, and I'm like, why isn't it Wonderland? I feel like I remember it being Wonderland, and then... That's my favorite delivery of any line in any Sonic game. Barely made it! He's so chuffed about it. He's just utterly thrilled. It's delightful. It's such a weird fucking line. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Hey, if you guys like watching me stream, you should follow me on Twitch. Anyway, back to this. This level's even worse. Then again, oh my god, are you kidding? What the fuck? I didn't know you could just do that. What happens now? Okay, there's a speed booster. I thought it was just gonna be stuck there forever. I would have actually probably just cried. Who do I think will win in King Kong vs. Godzilla, and why is it Godzilla? Well... Oh boy, do I have thoughts. I think Godzilla will win, but Kong will also win. I think they'll both have a victory in the movie, and then the final victory will probably end up not mattering because they'll have to fight another monster that I won't spoil, but I already know who it is, so... Leave them to me, Sonic. We're gonna just run away from them. Fuck the robots. And yes, there will be a Godzilla video coming out for Godzilla vs. Kong. Expect that anytime any sort of Godzilla movie or show or anything releases, just expect a game, a Sonic... whoa, fuck. We died. We didn't die. Knuckles is immortal, apparently. I don't know how he survived. He was with me. But whatever. Pretty much anytime a Godzilla thing's gonna come out, there's gonna be a video about a Godzilla games. Because I have a shitload of Godzilla video games and I'll never have another time to talk about them. And the videos will not get views unless Godzilla's already being searched for. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little clickbaity bitch about that. I don't think they'll end up friends. I think they'll team up for the final fight, but I don't think they'll be friends exactly. Also, I think if there is going to be a winner, it's probably going to be Kong, purely because Legendary's contract for the Godzilla character is up. That's just me being very... I keep up with Godzilla more than anything else. Or at least I go out of my way to keep up with Godzilla more than anything else. I'm probably more up-to-date on Sonic stuff than Godzilla stuff, but that has more to do with the fact that, like, you know, my entire thing on Twitter is Sonic. But, you play this game on 360, and this kind of weird thing, this game looks normal, because there's multiple graphical errors while playing on 360. Yeah, that's actually how I used to, like, play this game for, like, any sort of YouTube purpose, was originally 360, because it was HD. It would run at 720p. But, I could record it on my original Xbox, I guess, but I just prefer playing it on GameCube, and the video quality is not going to be that different. Nope, fuck you, Tails. Yeah, this game gets really gross visual artifacts on 360. Like, it's playable. It is totally fine. But even, like, the HUD has some weird shit going on, if I recall correctly. I was originally planning on doing Godzilla games and King Kong games, like, as 2 videos released on the same day. But then I realized I only own 1 King Kong game. I don't even know how many of them there are. I know there's some Famicom exclusive ones, but I'm not importing Famicom games. They won't be here in time with COVID shipping. Like, I know how long it takes for Japanese games to ship during COVID. It takes months. So that's not happening. You got the Steelbook for King Kong PS2 game. You never played it in the 2 years you've owned it. From what I understand, that game fucking rules. Apparently it's really good. I've never played it. I do own it. I have it on original Xbox. I've just never played it. Yeah, this game has some ugly HUD issues and stuff. And like the menus look all fucked up on. Not really fucked up. That's very common if you're playing Xbox games on the 360. You'll find that there's either weird slowdown or just some weird visual artifacts. And some games that are supposedly compatible just don't work at all. And you'll get weird cases like Crash Twinsanity, where it's basically fine. And then you get to the Academy of Evil, and it's literally unplayable. Which is hilarious, but it's still very annoying. You know, if you're one of the many people who doesn't have infinite room for consoles, and just needs to play all their games on one, and you're like, yeah, backwards compatibility is the perfect answer. And then the backwards compatibility fucking lies about what works and what doesn't. Will say, Series X rules for backwards compatibility. It's so good. Playing Atabat at a locked frame rate on a console is wild. But Sonic Unleashed never dips in frame rate on my Xbox, at least not that I've noticed. Granted, I haven't done like a full playthrough. I don't think I've even played any Werehog on it yet. But playing all the daytime stages, yeah, they never dip in frame rate anymore. He makes some fucked up noises, Tails the Fox does. Miles per hour. What the hell? Tails, go up. Thank you. Jeez, that took a while. What the hell was this problem? I was not pressing anything. He was just sort of stuck. Good for him, though. Good for Tails. Do what you gotta do, Tails. If you want to be stuck for eternity, that is totally your prerogative. I'm not going to stop you. I just will not encourage that lifestyle either. It's still surprising the emulation was so good on 360, considering it's still not a good emulator on PC. Microsoft owns the source code for the Xbox. I would expect their emulation to be good. I mean, their emulation is great on the Xbox One and the Series X for original Xbox as well. It's actually substantially better. The original Xbox emulation on the newer Xbox consoles rules. Try playing Morrowind. Oh, fuck.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Try playing Morrowind on the Series X sometime. It's like at a locked 4K 60 FPS. It's awesome. Granted, my entire entertainment setup, fun behind the scenes fact for you guys, everything I do, because of the nature of like my YouTube channel and everything and how much equipment there is involved in what I do, considering how few subscribers I have, you guys should consider me a very dedicated man, because there's like so many screens involved in my setup. And I would have to replace so much if I wanted to upgrade to 4K. So all my gaming is done at 1080p, pretty much purely because of YouTube. This is another one of your first Sonics where, due to you being infantile, you never actually progressed at all, and your memories of it are just Tail saying we and Knuckles saying bad words. Shit, rock, yeah! I want to start if I ever start a band, it's going to be called Shit, Rock, Yeah. I guarantee that will be the name of my band one day. No, Sonic! Ah, for fuck's sake. This level is seriously the worst. Because Sonic will sometimes just, like, his gravity will, like, switch and the controls just go backwards. It's very weird. Oh, God, that sounds like Tails actually... Like, they actually injure the kid who plays Tails? Like, do they actually cause him physical pain to get that? Because that was real! That was really pain-sounding. It sounds like they, like, stabbed him in the stomach or something. Oh, poor kid. Okay, I feel less bad for him now because he was involved with Sonic Heroes, and I currently actively hate this game until I'm done with this level. And after I'm done with this boss fight, too, because fuck Robot Carnival. Fun fact, you can't beat Orta on PAL 360 unless you use a level select code, because the game crashes on stage 3. Well, who's playing Panzer Dragoon anyway, right? Answer is not me. I'd rather play Sonic or Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact, which is a strange Godzilla Panzer Dragoon clone. It's really bad. I'm just gonna put down the controller and drink some water. You're pretty sure that a grown woman plays Tails? Not in this game. Currently, yeah. Last couple voice actresses for Tails have been grown women, actually. But in this game, it's a literal child. Look it up. I'll look up the kid right now, actually, because there's like a family in this game that's involved in the voice cast. It's really weird. Hang on. Let me get my phone and Google it. Tails voice Sonic Heroes. Yeah, William Corkery. There he is. Okay, that's not going to show up great because my phone's brightness is really high. There he is. That's Tails in this game. Yep, his dad is SBO and his mom is Charmy. Or his sister is Charmy. Or something. There's like a whole family of voice actors in this game. It's like fucked up to me. I hate that. Like, maybe it's not. It's like, it's not fucked up. But it is weird. It's like a couple of carryovers from the adventure games and then just this family. Be careful, Sonic. I'm gonna not be careful. Fuck you, Tails. You are a literal child, unlike me. I am 23 years old. Okay, this is my punishment for making fun of Tails. I hope Tails is played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Sonic the movie, too. Just to really surprise the audiences. You like to imagine they were unplanned and the VA for SBO's kid just walked in one day and Sega was like, hey, do they work for free? I'd be into that. That'd be great. That's a good origin. Sonic, can you just kill them, please? Yeah, kill him, Sonic. Okay, you're taking like 8,000 years. That was hilarious. That took like longer than just homing attacking them would have. No, don't go that way. There's nothing on screen right now, Sonic. What the hell are you talking about? The easiest way to win the later robot like combat missions is to just literally ignore all of them and hover in the air and just spam thunder shoot until you get a team blast and then just team blast them. Like if you ever struggle with the later any section of this game actually you struggle with, it's a perfectly valid strategy. It just works like consistently every time. Also, this game's homing attack is pretty fun whenever it doesn't like send you flying into the abyss, which it does sometimes do. Like, it's not necessarily a perfect mechanic, but when it functions, it's very fun. As someone who played Sonic Heroes for the first time in 2019, are you surprised you like the game as much as you do? I'm not surprised. Heroes legitimately has some stuff that's really solid going for it. It's got, when you get the hang of it, really fun, speedy, if incredibly slippery control. It's got some really solid, if very linear level design. Yeah, that's about it. That's what the Sonic Heroes has. But I like all of that stuff. Also, it's got hidden moves, like that. Oh god, that almost killed me. Sonic almost just flipped off into the abyss uncontrollably for no reason. Fuck, this was a mistake. Ah, in the air, Tails, in the air. This part's hard because those stupid turtles and their projectiles are really tough to deal with. Okay, they're dead. Now, this is very easy to deal with. Assuming my attacks land, which they are not. They are not landing. None of them are landing. There they go. This is so boring. I really don't like the idea of really emphasizing combat in Sonic games. If anyone was wondering how I feel about that as an idea. You wish Egg Palm's real and you and your friends would just went to the movies together and hung out in Subway restaurants and shit. Well, why would you be going to movie theaters and hanging out in Subway during COVID? I just got demonetized, but joke's on them. I'm not monetized anyway. Oh, welcome back, Shiny. But yeah, no. Wow, Knuckles is right. I almost called him Tails. I mean, they're basically the same. Tails, Knuckles. What's the difference? Oh, I know some genetic physiology differences, but I'm not getting into that today because echidnas are gross. Hey, look, it's that level that I kind of like. Mostly like. I'd say I like it just fine. It's decent enough. How long were they fucking around at the other levels? This game's timeline doesn't make any sense. They have 3 days at the beginning, and then the first like 2 levels take up like 2 of the days, and the rest of the game's done in like a couple hours. It's really weird. Like, chronologically, I don't understand it. Please go faster, Sonic. Because egg pumps don't catch it. They are robots. How do you know robots can't get COVID? I'm trying to keep my eye on the rails, but then I've got to read chat. It's a stream, Knuckles. Be considerate. Personally, you find the game to have some dumb controls, but level design's fine most of the time. You just like Shadow because it's SAT with touches from heroes. See, I hate Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't like that game at all. Like, it's one of my least favorite games in the franchise. But I also get why so many people do like it. Like, I think it's a totally valid thing to like. I mean, I think anything's valid to like. I don't begrudge people for liking fucking Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, and that game's got almost nothing redeemable in it. Then again, I've beaten Rise of Lyric more than once. Because, you know, when it was the new Sonic game, I really tried to like it. I failed. I was not able to convince myself that it was good. But I did try. How is it sunset now, but the frog and... You're right! Yeah, the timeline doesn't make any sense unless it's a sunrise. Yeah, this would have to be sunrise then. You like to think that Sonic is a procrastinator, and that's why it took him 2 days to get to Rail Canyon. I mean, I can't think of a better reason. Sonic just takes forever. Like, their trek makes no sense timeline-wise. I like the fact that they have this attempt at a timeline. Whatever. But it doesn't make any sense. That's okay, though. I don't really care about it making sense. You think Rise of Lyric was alright after it got patched? See... I don't agree. I think that game's just outright bad. Because the most interesting thing about Rise of Lyric is it has that one level with the kind of good platforming, the one with like all the plants. That level had some really solid platforming. And the Metal Sonic boss fight was pretty good. That's about all that game had going for it, unfortunately. And not even just in terms of, you know, as a Sonic game, it's bad. No, I just mean generally. But then again, it's not like I have 100% popular Sonic opinions. Like, I still think Lost World is legitimately, like, awesome. I would rank Lost World in my, like, in the upper half of the Sonic games in 3D. The Wii U version, I mean, like Wii U and Steam. I really like that game. Like, a lot. And I do not know anyone who fully agrees with me on that. I know people who don't hate it, but I don't know anyone else who's like, yeah, Lost World rules. It's, like, just me. But I've liked that game since it came out. I don't know. Rise of Lyric is, like, genuinely awful, though. Even I couldn't, like, force myself to like it. You need to pick up Lyric. You like playing terrible games to make your own opinion on them. The problem with Rise of Lyric is that whenever you get underneath all of its failings, you know, the glitches and the graphics and all of its other, like, obvious issues, the frame rate barely fucking functioning, you're left with a game that is still ultimately incredibly boring. Like, it doesn't do anything original at all. And that's its biggest issue, in my opinion. It's not so much that it's poor quality, it's the fact that it didn't try to be anything interesting. Some of its early design docs and stuff, and like the early footage of like Sonic Synergy or whatever, although not as epic as people make it out to be, was definitely more interesting, but the final game is not remotely good. The worst part of like some terrible games is people think you're stupid and no one talks to you. It just depends on how you present your opinion, at least in my experience. I don't know. I always have a really good experience with like supposedly toxic groups and fandoms. Like, I mean, the Sonic fandom is so notoriously toxic, but everyone I know that I've met through this franchise is lovely. They're some of my favorite people. So, I don't know. I think and again, my opinions on the Sonic franchise aren't necessarily all the most popular opinions. I think I think it's partially how you present your opinions and partially who you're talking to. Sonic, please move. Thank you. Yeah, this part stresses me out. Because sometimes the rail switching is just like, no, I don't want to work today. I want you to fall to your death. Whatever, I wanted to go in the middle rail, but that's fine. What do you mean they're pulling out all the tricks? That was one trick. All they did was explode some shit. It was very standard, Knuckles. Whatever. You do you, Knucks. I don't give a shit. Fortnite's fine. Why do people... Okay, I think people overhype how good it is sometimes, but the people who are like, Fortnite is the worst game ever, or who were previously like, Minecraft is the worst, fucking idiots, for real. There's a reason those games get popular. Fortnite's not my cup of tea at all, but I still did play it for like 30 hours with my friends, and I had a really good time. Like, I wouldn't go back and play it probably ever again now that my friends don't play it anymore, but it was fine. I think people who get really intense about either loving or hating games are the weirdest and worst. Like, people go nuts about game opinions, and I just don't get it. I'll never understand why you have to have the same opinion as someone to agree with them. Or not to agree with them, that doesn't make any sense. You have to have the same opinion to like someone, or to think their opinion's valid. It frustrates me. And again, it's not something I ever really encounter, which is weird because I make videos about Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, you'd think I had this a lot. And I mean, I get comments that disagree with me. I mean, shit. I made a video about Sonic in the 2010s and said I thought the 2010s were pretty good for Sonic. You want to talk about unpopular opinions, there's a big one. But, you know, people were generally like, oh, I disagree with you. Good video. And I'm like, thanks. Like, I expect a lot more negativity than I ultimately get. And I'm not complaining. Like, I'd rather expect worse, obviously. But, I don't know. It's kind of weird. That's how you feel about Ghostly Adventures. People act like it's legit sin and, like, it's pretty good. I can't get into the cartoon at all. The games seem fine. I didn't really play the second one. I own it. I played and beat the first one when it came out, though. I'm going to make a video on, like, it's just going to be called Pac-Man Platformers. It's going to be about, Pac-Land, Pac-in-Time, and the Ghostly Adventures games, and probably that one... Whoa! See, this is what I don't like about this mechanic in Heroes! Okay, well, I survived. We're going the wrong way, but we'll make it work. Let's go, guys! Woo! Backwards! Backwards! Yay! But, it's gonna be about Pac-in-Time, Pac-Land, the Ghostly Adventures games, and that one shitty 3DS platformer that no one remembers existed. I've tried watching Ghostly Adventures. I don't like it. But I like the games, so it's fun. Again, I like the first game. And from what I understand, the second game is just more of the first game, but with more Mario 3D World elements thrown in instead of Mario Galaxy, which is fine, because I actually... talk about hot takes. I kind of prefer 3D World a little bit over the Galaxy games, maybe. I don't know if I don't know if I would actually go that far. I really like 3D World though. And yeah, I'm gonna stream the shit out of 3D World when it comes out. That's gonna be fun. I mean, it's already out on Wii U. I've had it since day one. But I mean, I'm gonna stream the shit out of the Switch version. Yeah, Pac-Man Galaga Dimensions. It had the Pac-Man platformer in it. That'll be in the video. That I know is bad from the 10 seconds they put into it. Tails, where are you? You messed up the cool thing. Go on. Yeah. I am going down there, Sonic. Sorry I keep not talking. Sonic Heroes soundtrack is just such a fucking bop. I can't help it. It's too good. Like, if I was ranking the Sonic soundtracks, Heroes is in my top. Like, the very, very top. There are things I think Heroes does extremely well, and the music is one of them. I don't know what's my favorite soundtrack of the era. It would probably still be Sonic Adventure 1. Like, SA1 soundtrack is basically flawless, but Heroes has some good music. Just curious, I play the Uncharted games. You're picking up the collection on PS4. Yeah, Uncharted 2 is one of my favorite games ever made. It's fucking amazing. Uncharted 4 is really good as well. Uncharted 1 and 2 are, rather 1 and 3 are both good. Uncharted 1's pretty rough around the edges at times, but it's a solid game. And Uncharted 3 is super good. I just think 2 and 4 are the best, and I never played Lost Legacy. But no, Sonic, go there! Oh, you fucking idiot!
I think my heart stopped.
Why did he go backwards? And why is it taking so long to die? He took like I actually had to fall with him. Oh, that sent us really far back too. Oh God, Sonic Heroes, you suck sometimes. Ah. But anyway, yeah. Uncharted is a fun series. 2 and 4 are the best ones. I like 2 more than 4. Although 4, fun fact, was the first time I ever played Crash Bandicoot. Because they have a little cameo from Crash Bandicoot as part of the intro and part of the ending to Uncharted 4. It's like a playable version of it, and that was the first time I ever played Crash. And then the Insane Trilogy came out a little later. And then I played that at E3, and then I played it when it came out, like 2 weeks after that. Rouge is fine. She's allowed to steal because, I don't know. There's a lot of fan art of her. That gives her the right, damn it.
Let's go.
Got it.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Here we go.
This must be the giant cannon's internal mechanism we saw before.
Hey, let's try firing that thing. Hey, come on now. Don't do it, Sonic.
Now I kind of want to play Uncharted. Those games are super good.
Yes.
I like adventure games like that, you know? They're just a good time. I like a good shooter. But I don't like shooters too often. Like, I can't play them all the time. I get really bored of them really fast. But yeah, when I like a good shooter, Uncharted 2 is one I'll actually go out of my way to replay. Sonic, please land somewhere realistic. Okay, that was fine. Ah.
I think my heart stopped.
I've been a Sonic fan for, let's see, I'm 23 now. I probably got into, okay, someone do math. I've been a Sonic fan, I don't know how many years. So, I'd say, just as a guess, my first time playing a Sonic game was probably in 2003. I am 23 years old right now. How long have I been a Sonic fan?
I'm falling.
Someone do the math, because I'm not doing it because I'm streaming. And I just want to brag about something. 15 years I've been into Sonic? Okay. In all that time, I've still never become a furry. Everyone I know is a furry. I have no issue with furries at all. Like, half, 2/3 of my friends are furries. But I somehow never became one, despite my love of a franchise, multiple franchises involving furry characters. How am I that good? I'm 23.
One character is thrown off the bobsled. The speed decreases if I'm thrown off, and if Tails falls off, the bobsled won't be able to jump.
17 years. Oh, shit. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was reading chat. Ah! I didn't know you could fuck this up this bad. Ah! I can barely control it. This is really hard. Oh, oh, there was a laser gate there. I didn't see it. That was unfortunate. Okay, don't read chat during automated platforming and bobsled sections. Now I know. Ah! Yeah, I've been into Sonic for a long ass time because I've been into Sonic since I was a kid. Dude, I still remember whenever the voice cast changed from the adventure cast to the updated cast. And I remember being mind blown. You know, no, it might have been 2002. It was either 2002 or 2003. I don't know which one. If I was hazarding a guess, I'd say 2003 sounds more accurate. Either way, I've been into Sonic for such a long time. What the fuck was that? Like the bobsled vanished, then I vanished. It was all very strange. Okay, I immediately fucked this up. This is weird. Why am I being so terrible at playing today? Like, I haven't played this badly, like, ever on stream for Heroes, I don't think. That's okay. Well, changing to Roger Craig Smith, I remember more distinctly. Okay, we're dead again. It's okay. We should have enough lives that it doesn't matter. 97 lives. Okay. This is like my... Sonic Heroes is the the reason it was probably my GameCube. That I couldn't find it for like 20 minutes when I was looking for it so I could stream it, and I was like, why isn't it in its case? And I had a panic attack, and I was looking all over the place. Eventually, I just popped open the GameCube, and it was already in there, and I was like, fuck. But the reason that, this game is one that I use a lot for, like, testing video settings, because it's, like, one of the best-looking games on the GameCube. And it has a lot of bright colors. So, like, anytime I have to upgrade anything in my recording setup, this is what I use. Even something like I switched the HDMI cable. Or, you know, I upgraded the component cables that I use for connecting my HDMI, or my component switcher, to my FrameMeister. I upgraded them to nicer ones because the old Amazon Basic ones I was using for years simply stopped working out of nowhere. And I was like, fine, whatever. And, this is the game I always use because it's very colorful. So that's why I have, like, so many lives, even though I suck at this game. Because I played through the first bit of this game very often. Look at us go! We're so speedy! How is 10 seconds the record? What? How is that even possible? And why is Sonic still dead? Where is he? There he is. Okay, now I have to catch up on chat. What are you guys saying? No, yeah, I was talking about Sonic voice actors. That's right. Your favorite Sonic ship is the egg carrier. Me too. No, I never gave a shit about, like, that element of the fan base. Like, shipping and stuff like that is fine. I don't have an issue with people having ships for their characters. I mean, I'm good with that. I'm good with people doing OCs. All this stuff I totally appreciate. And I've never, ever done. Like, it's very weird that I've been into Sonic this long and just not done this normal-ass Sonic fan stuff. And again, like, everyone I know does. I don't know anyone who doesn't have an OC. Like, I mean, I have friends that don't have OCs, but in terms of Sonic fan friends, I think all of them have an OC. At least all the ones that spring to mind do. Okay, maybe not, now I think about it. Most of them do. And then there's me, and it's like, well, I made Fluffy make egg eyes in Sonic Forces when I reviewed the game on my channel a couple years ago. Which is still, like, the first good LyingTuna episode. But that OC, I still make the same exact bird every time I play Sonic Forces. So I guess that counts, right? I just stream Sonic Forces on my Series X sometime. So you guys can see that it runs at 1080p 60 because I don't have any way of recording 4K because I would have to get a 4K capture card, which is like $400, and a 4K TV, which I'm going to do soon. I don't want my main TV to be 1080p anymore. Like that's going to be upgraded just for, like, personal use. Because I do play a lot of games that I don't record or stream because no one would give a shit. You guys would not give a fuck about Hitman, probably. But I do love Hitman. So I got the new Hitman and I played through it and I'm like, yeah, this rules. And I did the whole thing at 1080p and I'm like, man, it would have been cool to play this at 4K. But if I do that, for videos at least. Where am I? Oh, okay. Camera, I can't see. Stop. Okay. That was scary. I couldn't see anything. I like this part. Look how good I am at the game, guys. You wouldn't mind seeing Hitman. That's the sort of thing that'll be streamed over on my Twitch. Well, the plan for the Twitch is Sonic Sundays, which I'm going to split the difference between doing Sonic games on here and on Twitch. Modern Mondays, and this is once school kind of quiets down a little bit and my work schedule levels out. My work schedule is not really the problem right now. It's mostly school. But Modern Mondays, which is when I would play shit like Hitman or whatever, and then Retro Game Night, which would be, you know, when I play whatever the fuck I feel like playing that's old. It'd be fun. Kill, 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 kill! I didn't mean kill Sonic. That's genuine frustration, ladies, gentlemen, and all there in between. I'm gonna mash the A button. Fa la 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 la. The way I said, ladies and gentlemen, all those in between reminds me. I was going to do a video, like, really recently on Harry Potter games. I was finally like, you know what? We can make it work. I'll just put a little disclaimer in about J.K. Rowling. But every time I think, oh yeah, I can do a Harry Potter video, she goes ahead and somehow is worse. And now she's, like, winning awards for being transphobic. And I'm very pissed because I hate J.K. Rowling. But I really like Harry Potter. But I absolutely will not promote her in any way. So don't worry about that. You love Chamber of Secrets on the Xbox? Yeah, the Harry Potter games rule! There's a reason I want to talk about them. I just don't want to talk about them while J.K. Rowling is out here making trans people sound unimportant and, like, fake. It makes me very angry. I'm just not willing to promote someone like that, like, ever. Die, 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 die. Okay, now we casually grind around, rather. Yeah. We're gonna wait for it to be a more even playing field, I think. You think the PlayStation one was interesting, but oh so spooky? Yeah, the PS1 Harry Potter games were so terrifying to play. They're really good, actually, though. They were like really half-decent adventure games. They were just hideous. They were the ugliest fucking games. It was really funny. Dead! Yay!
You'll pay for this.
Agent 47 may be Hitman, but you are Britman. I like Hitman a lot. I never played the old Hitman games, but I really, really like the reboot. How much is Hitman 1 on Steam? Let's see.
Eggman, you know you can't win.
Trying to pull up Steam and see how much Hitman is. Okay, Steam won't pull up because my computer's being dumb. The 6th gen version of the Sorcerer's Stone is surprisingly expensive. Yeah, but I got it on GameCube, so ha! I've had it on GameCube since I was a child. Otherwise, I would not have it on GameCube. It was really expensive. Like, it was like $100 like about a year ago. Let's see. Let's see how much Hitman is.
It's not an Eggman robot.
Hitman Agent...
Sonic!
Or no, Codename. It's $7.99.
Successfully copied.
Recent reviews, mixed. I guess people aren't into old Hitman. That's okay. I've never played it. Maybe it's terrible. I don't know. It just seems fun, you know? It sounds like a good time, you know, murdering people, and
No way off the hook.
that's about it. I'll have you know it's called the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, well, I'm American, and I don't know what a philosopher is. That's not true. What does it matter? Because it's not even philosophical. It was an alchemy thing. The goal of alchemy was to make Philosopher's Stones.
Wow, my head's spinning.
Besides, Sorcerer's Stone sounds worse. I was gonna say it sounds cooler, but it's right, it doesn't. Yeah, I had a whole plan to make a bunch of videos, and I was gonna be like, yeah, I'll tie it into Hogwarts Legacy, because Hogwarts Legacy looks like it's gonna be really good. I'm not gonna buy Hogwarts Legacy new. I'm gonna wait till I can get it used so J.K. Rowling doesn't get my money. Which kind of puts a dent in my plans for playing it. But that game got delayed anyway. Philosopher's Stone is the classic name. Why did they even change it? Basically, they thought Americans would be, like, put off by it. They'd be like, philosophy? I don't want to read about philosophy. So they made it Sorcerer's Stone so that they were like, ah, the child wizard. I get it. It's kind of insulting, but hey, Sorcerer's Stone as a book sold crazy well in the U.S. So,
Let's go.
yeah, I really do want to talk about Harry Potter games, though. I just don't want to. It's a weird thing, because J.K. Rowling, I don't think, had much to do with the video game. She actually did have involvement with the early ones, but I don't think she was that involved. It's just I don't like her because I respect transgender people, and I don't think that, you know. I don't like the idea of even inadvertently suggesting that, you know, trans women aren't women and trans men aren't men and that non-binary people are invalid. I want people to know that, no, they are, of course they're what they say they are. And of course I know they're what they say they are. It's more important. I don't want to feel like I'm doing my part in sort of pseudo-delegitimizing these people for no reason other than, you know, oh, I want to talk about these video games I like. You know, it's like priorities, you know? Can I land on the rail? Yeah, that's actually hard to do. Deathly Hallows is weird as a kind of third-person shooter. It is straight up a third-person shooter. It's really weird. I really want to talk about these games. I wanted to make it like a series. It was going to be a couple videos. I was going to do years 1 and 2, years 3 and... years 1 and 2, years 3 and 4, years 5, 6, and 7, because 5 and 6 were literally the same game. I had specific plans. But then, J.K. Rowling decided to be the absolute worst. And I had to, you know, put my priorities in order a little bit and decide, yeah, I guess I'll just put Sonic videos in place. I literally had a video done last year. And then J.K. Rowling published that paper, and I was like, nope. It wasn't done as an edited, but it was recorded and scripted. And I just was like, And obviously I wouldn't have, even, I could have probably delayed it, and like, you know, it just would have gotten rid of the bad timing, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Think I can put a disclaimer and I'll be fine? Maybe. I don't know. Potentially. It's not something I'm discounting completely ever talking about. It's just, you know, it's a weird situation to be sure. Like, from my perspective, because I have like the least amount of stakes in it. It doesn't really impact me personally. I don't want to be supporting in bigotry. I can't do that. But we'll see. It's whatever. All I know is this level's so fucking pretty and I didn't talk about it. But I love how this level looks. Even if, you know, whenever you scale the graphics to HD, it does make the background, skybox, whatever, pretty low res looking. Like, that looks like it's only a couple pixels big. But that's okay, because it's a pretty appealing couple of pixels, isn't it? This level has such good platforming. It's so much fun.
We have jungle mushrooms on my island too, but not this huge.
You refuse to let some Pastor Prime gaming bigot, yeah, gaming bigot. That's just gamers. You refuse to let some Pastor Prime bigot ruin your Lego Harry Potter years 1 to 4 gaming experience. That's valid. Lego Harry Potter. My mom's been playing through that on her Switch, so I've been seeing that a lot, and occasionally helping her with like not so much puzzles, but like. I don't know if the Switch version of that game is just buggy or what, but it like glitches the fuck out sometimes, and like, you know, puzzles will just like not work, just not function. You just have to reset the level. The Lego games rule, just like as a whole, they're really fun. I am getting Lego Skywalker Saga when it comes out, so if people want to watch me play Lego Star Wars on stream, let me know, because I'd be down. What a wild ride, he said as he just sort of falls.
I'll take care of them.
Hello, giant frog.
Maybe we can grind on it.
Okay, that's fine, Knuckles, but where is it? Oh, there it is. Lego games are really cool, but they just release so many now. They're all bangers, but it's hard to keep up. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Lego games, though. They're fun. I don't play all of them, though. Like, I probably play 1 or 2 per console generation, honestly. In fact, I don't think I played through one since the 360 Wii, 7th gen consoles. But I'm going to get Lego Skywalker Saga, partially just because I need to buy things for the Series X. Look at this fancy-ass controller my parents got me for Christmas. It's like a Razer Elite controller. But I like it more than the actual Elite controller. It's so nice. The buttons, they're micro switched. Listen to that. Okay, make that sound effect go away. Listen to that.
That was tight.
It's so nice. It's actually currently plugged into my PC. Because that's what I use to play games with my friends. Lego DC Villains is the Sonic forces we both needed and deserved. Fuck yeah. They didn't mean anything, but fuck yeah.
Sure it's safe around here?
Of course it's safe around here, Knuckles. Why wouldn't it be, you goddamn idiot, coward, echidna piece of shit, four-headed penis monster boy?
Leave them to me, Sonic.
I love skipping that enemy. It's just like, oh, look at the big enemy! And then you just immediately jump over it. The Lego games sell crazy well at my job, I'll tell you that much. People come in for the Lego games all the time. I recommend them a lot, actually, because people are like, what's a good kid-friendly game on the Xbox One? And I'll look at our Xbox One selection, and it's like all shooters. And I'm like, yeah, Lego The Incredibles, that'll work. So I sell a lot of Lego games, especially whenever we like run bundles, because like a lot of times we'll run a bundle of, get a new gen console, get a game with it for free. And they're like, okay, what game's good for a kid? And I'm like, well, you probably should get a Switch for your kid. They're like, no, they want an Xbox. And I'm like, are you sure? Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, do you care about violence? Oh, yeah, no violence. No swearing. I'm like, all right, well, you got pretty much just the Lego games and the sports games. And they're like, perfect. It's like, all right, go ahead, dude. The game is literally about your Lego DC OC teaming up with a group of villains to take down a threat. That sounds like it's just, what are we, some kind of Lego DC super villains sort of deal, Speaking of which, the Suicide Squad sequel, I don't know if it's going to be good, but it does have Peter Capaldi in it, and that means I'll watch it. I like Peter Capaldi. He's my favorite. Because he's in Doctor Who, and I like Doctor Who. I want to do a video on Doctor Who games as well, but I need to import the shitty Wii game and the shitty DS game. There aren't that many Doctor Who games, so it would make for a really fun, quick video. But I don't actually have a means of recording PAL Wii games. I don't know. I'm sure I could just do a homebrew channel thing, actually. I'm sure you can just unregion lock a Wii. But I could probably just emulate it or even just boot it up on the Wii with homebrew channel. I just like owning games that I play on my channel. Like, I really don't like talking about games if I don't own them. When Suicide Squad was in Lego Batman 3, they just called it the Squad. Why didn't they just call it Task Force X? Bye, Knuckles. We don't need you anymore. We need him. Okay, never mind. You hate the covers of GTA 3 and Vice City because they don't have the Xbox header for some reason. That's because GTA 3 and Vice City weren't originally released on Xbox. They were released as a 2-pack later. So every copy of the... On PS2, they were standalone releases. Originally, they were console exclusive. They didn't go multi-plat fully until San Andreas. But before San Andreas came out, they did a 2-pack with... We're dead. With 3 and Vice City. So they have a different... They have that different box because it's like a collector's edition box sort of deal. Die, death, death, die, death, 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 die, death, 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 shit, rock, death, shit, rock, death, die, death. Yeah, that's what you call talent. Why'd Sonic get a level up for that? He didn't do anything. Now, the GTA games are ones that I kind of want to talk about on YouTube, like as LyingTuna videos. But, like, you want to talk about a tonal shift. I go from, like, exclusively doing Sonic content to Grand Theft Auto. But I love the GTA series a lot, so, like, I want to. I just played through GTA 4 again, had a jolly old time about it. Oh, don't homing attack at Sonic.
I think we may have some control over the flower going up and down.
Yeah, the GTA franchise would be fun to talk about, though. Like, part of the issue is, A, their soundtracks are just actually, like, owned, copyrighted real music. So, you know, I don't pay for the rights to the music in my videos because I have, like, 400 subscribers. And I lose a lot of money doing YouTube because of how much work I put into my channel. So, it would be very bad for me to do, but I don't want my videos to be like unusable, so I couldn't just like put random background music in, like from the games, because in those games in GTA it's all actual music. That changed in GTA 5, but still. Gradually lead the tonal shift by talking about Epic Mickey. The older Mickey games give you the option to murder someone for information if you don't want to do a puzzle. I own both Epic Mickey games, but I have never played them because I've heard they basically suck. Like, they're like, yeah, these games could have been cool. That seems to be the general response to them. But I own them. I think the second one was free on Xbox Live at one point. And then I got the first one for like $1 on the Wii. 2 sucks, 1 is good. I have them both. Maybe I'll talk about them at some point onto the channel. Maybe I'll stream them sometime. They're not ones I think I'd randomly, casually play through. I could see either streaming them if people wanted to see me play them, or maybe reviewing them if they had sufficient demand. But, like, other than Sonic and Mega Man, nothing ever gets any kind of demand. Like, seriously, I don't know, other than Pac-Man World 2, which is actually probably my most requested video, and various Sonic and Mega Man things. I don't know. My requests, like, don't exist. It's all, like, those... It's all Sonic, Mega Man, and for some reason people really want to see Pac-Man World 2, which, spoiler alert, yeah, that video is almost done. I'm just trying to rework the script a little bit to make it less boring. Because the script as is pretty dry. So that's one that I'm just doing another draft of real quick. I played a bit of the 3DS Epic Mickey, actually. Yeah, that game was cool. Like, it wasn't amazing, but it was fine. I think there was a demo of it. I might have played the demo. I don't think I have it, but I've played it. I keep forgetting that I can make DS videos. I have this shit sitting here. But I used it for Super Princess Peach, and that's, like, it. But it's so cool that I can record DS games. And I have this. This is not capture modded. This is just my actual DS. It's purple 2DS, new 2DS XL, because my normal 3DS XL broke, so I bought this one. 3DS capture cards are so hard to get nowadays. Yeah, well, Pac-Man World 2 video soon. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I have all the footage recorded for it, all the stock footage recorded for it. It's literally just polishing the script, and it'll be the next video after Balan Wonderworld. Like, I'd expect Balan Wonderworld this week. I'd expect Pac-Man World 2, like, next week, week after. Yeah. That video's, like, right around the corner. That was supposed to be the first video of the year, and then I just got busy as shit with stuff. I feel bad for, like, accidentally taking so many breaks for making content, but you have no idea how hard it is to try and balance. I need to have a work-life balance, and, like, if I do content constantly, I just don't, because then I have work, because I do... My days off are actually my school days. There's supposed to be a blizzard. It's been, like, supposed to come for days, and it never did. So, like, there might be a blizzard tomorrow, and if there is, I'll be off work for 4 days in a row, which will suck on my paycheck. But, on the other hand, I'll finish the Balan Wonderworld video tomorrow in that case. If not, it'll be finished... probably uploaded Thursday or Friday. The plan is to finish the script after the stream, actually. And record it and start editing it tomorrow and finish editing it Wednesday after school. Random question, is there a console I think is severely overrated/underrated? Yeah, I think the N64 is overrated as hell. It has some of my favorite games of all time. I'm not knocking it, but I think the PS1 kicks the shit out of the N64 as far as overall library goes. That being said, I really want to get an Ultra 64. I would really love to be able to record it in better quality than I can now, but I can do pretty good. Like, S video through the FrameMeister looks fine. Underrated console. I don't know if I'd say it's underrated, but underappreciated by most people, I'd say is more accurate. But I'm fucking in love with the turbo graphics. I only own a couple games for it, but it's such a neat console. All the games I own for the turbo graphics are bangers. But again, I think everyone knows the TurboGrafx rules. I think people also just know it's intimidating and expensive. But yeah, I'd say the N64 legitimately pretty overrated. Again, really good console. It is a great console, in fact, but I don't think it's the masterpiece that people think it is. I think it's probably the only Nintendo console I call overrated. You know what? I call the Wii U underrated. Fuck it. I love the Wii U. I think the PSP does not get enough appreciation. I like the PSP quite a bit, but it's not my favorite because the library isn't the kind of stuff I really play. I'm not that into RPGs, like, at all. I don't like them. So, like, 90% of its library doesn't appeal to me. However, Mega Man Powered Up, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, like 10 out of 10. Those 3 games basically launch it and into being one of my most played handhelds in terms of like just amount of time. I put a lot of time into those games, especially Mega Man Powered Up. That's one of my favorite classic Mega Man games. It's excellent, super underrated. You love the full PS2 games on PSP. That is pretty cool as well. I need to get the PSP version of Pac-Man World 3. I need that.
Try going down there.
But yeah, the ports to the PSP from the PS2 are very impressive for the time. Yeah, I do like the PSP a great deal. For the franchises I personally care about, it's a little iffy. It has pretty lame Sonic games. Well, I've never played Rivals 2, but Rivals 1 is really lame. But Castlevania and Mega Man, yeah, they're all remakes, but oh, fuck. Also, there was a Dungeon Siege game for it that was really cool. I really enjoyed the Dungeon Siege game on the PSP that I played. Whoa! PSP version of World 3 is not very good, though. Oh, I know. Apparently, it just runs at a terrible frame rate. I just need to play it for the World 3 video that'll probably happen this year. Then again, it's been over a year since I did the World 1 video. So, you know, who knows? One of my main things this year is trying to, like, break out of being just Sonic and Mega Man, but not abandoning those franchises, because I don't just talk about them because the videos do well and they're easy. They're just actually my favorites. Like, I want to talk about them more than anything else. But at the same time, you know, I'd like to throw in a Castlevania video. We're definitely doing a Mario video. More Pac-Man's always fun. Godzilla's coming back because I'm a loser and I can't separate my interests. So yes, I will absolutely be doing a Godzilla video. I can't figure out what the Godzilla video is going to be. That's actually something I'm struggling with. Because on one hand, I could do the fighting game trilogy for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, which are probably the most popular, well-liked Godzilla games of all time. On the other hand, I could be a weirdo and talk about weird Japanese Godzilla games that I have. Like, Godzilla Generations and Generations Maximum Impact for the Dreamcast, which are the only Japanese Dreamcast games I own. Spoiler alert, I don't like either of them, but they're interesting. And, there's also that weird Game Boy one that's really expensive. The fucking TurboGrafx CD one that was released in America, but it's like hundreds of dollars. I don't know, there's just a whole lot of Godzilla stuff I want to talk about on the channel. And with the MonsterVerse Godzilla potentially being over after Godzilla vs. Kong, like, I'm not sure he's going to survive the movie. He might, but even if he does, I don't know if we're going to get another MonsterVerse Godzilla. And we'll certainly get more Godzilla movies in the near future. Toho's rebooting the series too. But I just don't know if we're going to be getting them in the States. Shin Godzilla came out in America. but also like very limited release run. I had to drive like 2 hours to go see it. So I don't know. We'll see. If I ever make a Lego Dimensions video, you can mention Godzilla because he was planned for season 3, but never released because season 3 was canceled. Oh, dude, I would have killed for a Lego Godzilla. That would be so cool. Oh, now I'm actually sad. Also, the Sega CD version of Godzilla requires either the Super System card or Turbo Duo. Yeah, or just a Turbo EverDrive emulating it, which would be fine. But yeah, I also would need a Turbo CD. I guarantee, I'm not buying that game anytime soon. That shit's like $500. Like, I'm not paying that for a shitty Godzilla fighting game. I have its sequel on Super Famicom. It's pretty good. But the first one on Turbo Duo is bad. I might buy just a like a PC CD copy.
Eggman's got some serious problems. Look at that statue.
Sonic, look! It's a target switch!
The level's longer than I remember. I don't remember it being like a 7-8 minute level. That's okay though. I'll survive.
Got it. All right, here we go.
Godzilla and King Kong were both planned to be characters in Lego Dimension along with Minecraft Steve, Jack Sparrow, Mega Man, and Shrek. I don't believe Jack Sparrow at all. Purely because he's in Disney Infinity, and I don't see Disney letting the competitors don't get a Turbo CD. They're unreliable. We'll get either a Turbo Duo or
Jump
an
out.
Super SD System 3 or the analog clone system coming out. I thought about getting the analog one. I actually very well might end up picking that up.
Yes.
Either that or I'll just get a Super SD System 3. Yeah. Which is probably what's more likely is I'll just drop a couple $100 on one of those. They're like $400 though. They're really expensive. Like I could almost buy a PS5 for how much those cost. I could also just break my one vow and emulate. I want to get a Mister sometime this year, so I could just record on that, you know. I want a Mister so bad. If you guys haven't seen the Mister, think RetroPie, but it's FPGA. It's so cool. I want one of those really, really badly. Look at my little Miss Pac-Man. Isn't it adorable? I love the little arcade one-up countertop machine. I got it for $100 and I love it. I mean, I don't actually like playing on it necessarily. It's not a perfect experience. The joystick's really, really nice and it's responsive. It's just the screen is surprisingly awful. Like it's not even an IPS, so the viewing angles are horrible. At least it's not. Welcome to TurboGrafx. It's expensive. At least it's not Neo Geo. I will never get into Neo Geo for that reason. Although I might buy their tabletop arcade cabinet thing, because that looks pretty sick. I would not buy the riser for it. Well, I mean, I might get the riser, but I wouldn't probably keep the riser out, because I don't have room for that shit, but it's pretty cool. This is a good song, too. And a pretty fun level.
Look out! Don't step on that shadow!
I did, and it hit me. Good job, Tails. You pointed out the obvious, and I ignored you purely out of spite, and then it didn't go well for me.
We don't know what this switch triggers.
I'm pretty sure it triggers the giant robot, Knuckles. Would you look at that? My favorite thing is still people asking me about Neo Geo stuff at work, and I'm like, no. Just straight up, no, we don't get Neo Geo stuff. TurboGrafx stuff, sure. 3DO stuff, sure. CDI stuff, sure. Not often, but yes, we do get that stuff. No, we don't get Neo Geo stuff. That shit's expensive. It's like $100 a game, easy. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, I've gotten Neo Geo CD, and I haven't gotten Neo Geo CD stuff at work, but our other locations have. Rip Neo Geo. It's just really expensive, Luther, okay? Shouldn't you be, like, in a submarine? That's Carnage Canary is my friend Luther. He's in the Navy. He fights crime. $100 game is extremely cheap. Yeah, no, Neo Geo shit's crazy expensive. I can't deal with it. And I don't like fighting games, so I have, like, next to no interest in SNK stuff. I like Metal Slug. I'll just stick with Metal Slug. Neo Geo CD stuff's only like 100 a game usually, like 100 to 300 a game. At least last time I checked it was. AES and MVS stuff though, yeah, it's ridiculous. To be fair though, it's because Neo Geo stuff was expensive at the time.
There's that switch again.
Have I ever thought about collaboration with others with similar content topics and styles, even if only cameo? Yeah.
Leave it to me.
At some point, I'm gonna collab with Dave Ace. We started a script like a year and a half. Like, nah, probably like close to a year ago now. It just, we had like one really long editing session, and then we got really distracted and played video games. So that was my effort to collab.
Leave it to me.
It didn't go great because I just played video games instead.
Let's go.
And that was our second attempt at writing the script. The first attempt, we didn't even open a Google Doc. So, yeah, collabs are a thing, in theory. In practice, I'm too easily distracted. MVS stuff is mostly manageable compared to TurboGrafx. Yeah, well, MVS stuff sold really well in arcades, but then you have to have a means of actually playing it. Basically, just ignore Neo Geo if you're like me, and they're not even the kind of games you like. There are MVS to AES converters. Well, in that case, yeah, that would be probably the easier, cheaper option, actually. Or get a get a Mister with a JAMA adapter and just play them that way in a cabinet. It's fun. You just play King of Fighter ROMs. King of Fighter games you can actually get in compilations. I do have like that little mini arcade like plug and play Neo Geo they made with like the terrible version of the CD controller. I got one of those for like 20 bucks on Amazon one time, and that with the controller, and that thing rules as a little portable. The video quality is actually pretty piss poor when you hook it up to the TV, but still, it's cool. Yeah, AES cabs are cheap enough, but again, you have to buy the games for them. So even though in theory they're cheaper, in practice, they're not. Also, 1,000 is pretty pricey for an arcade cabinet. At least in USD. That's like that's not a cheap cabinet at all. Like, it's not an incredibly overpriced cabinet or anything, but it's not a cheap arcade machine. I just want to either stick a RetroPie or a 60-in-1 board in my Arcade 1-Up Pac-Man cabinet, because I'm real sick of it just having Pac-Man and Pac-Man Plus. I modded the joystick. I stuck on an actual HAP joystick for it, which is like the same one that they used on the Ms. Pac-Man Galaga Reunion cabs, and it feels really good. It's awesome. But I'd like it to have other games. I want it to play Q*bert, but Q*bert's not on any 60-in-1. Usually find cabs for like 2,000 to 4,000. Really? Maybe if you're like exclusively looking at really pricey games. But like, shit, locally at least, I could get like, I could have gotten a Mr. Duke cabinet a couple years ago for like 500 bucks. I'd say 500 to like 1,500 is the average for an arcade cabinet for like most games. Obviously, again, there's exceptions. If you're looking at like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong in like perfect shape, you're looking at more. But nah, I'd say that's on the high end for arcade cabinets, what you're looking at. Again, just based on my personal experience. It also depends on the game. I'm also a loser who's like, yeah, ideally I want a real Pac-Man cabinet. I want a Pac-Man Cabaret. Oh, you look at Sega stuff. Oh, yeah. If I'm going to play House of the Dead, I'm just going to play Overkill on the Wii. It's good enough for me. And I'll just wait. Maybe Arcade 1-Up will even make a cabinet of it one day. And I'm sorry, people who bash Arcade 1-Up are very privileged. They are fine. Arcade 1-Up cabinets are fine. Would I much rather have the real deal? Of course I would. But I don't have the money or room. I want a Pac-Man Cabaret. I mean, again, I already have the Arcade 1-Up Pac-Man cab, which is fine. But I would really like a real Pac-Man Cabaret. And I would 60-in-1 that, for sure. My old workplace had a Pac-Man cabinet in the basement. My family still mostly works there. It was a cabaret. And it's broken as hell, and the owner wouldn't sell it to me for cheap. But I'm like, if I can get him to sell it for me for like 500 or less, I'll take that shit off his hands and fix it. And by fix it, I mean I'll replace the monitor with a VGA one. and put a 16-1 in it. But that's fixed enough for me, damn it.
Let's go.
Yeah, House of the Dead 1, you're pretty... Oh, death! Tragic death. Poor Tails. Wait, how far back did that send me? Fuck. Oh, that actually sent us a little bit of a distance back. Lame. I forgot those guys heal. But yeah, House of the Dead 1 doesn't have a good port. But I'll just, again, I'm not that into railgun shooters either, to rail shooters. I'm good with, wow, that was just pathetic. If I'm going to play a good light gun game, I'm usually just going to play it on the Wii, like a casual. And I'm reasonably sure we're going to get a House of the Dead cabinet from Arcade 1-Up. I'm, like, really sure of it, actually. It feels like it's going to happen. Maybe not, like, super soon, but they did the, they did one for Big Buck Hunter or whatever, which is a very good way to see if they can do a good light gun. I'm guessing it just functions like, like a Wii remote. You know, just like an IR blaster with a sensor. But that's all it has to be. So hopefully we get into the wacky world of light gun games from Arcade 1-Up being a main staple of the company. That would be pretty rad. I'd rather have authentic, but also Arcade 1-Ups take up surprisingly little space.
Leave it to me.
So here's what you do in this situation. You hide up here, and you spam Thunder Shoot. Like this. I just want Arcade 1-Up to make a Gauntlet Legends machine. Gauntlet, Gauntlet 2, and Gauntlet Legends. I don't expect Dark Legacy, but I do want Gauntlet Legends on a cabinet. I would buy it in a heartbeat. I don't have room for it. Like, it's hard to describe how little space I would have for it. But I would make it work, damn it. I don't know why Sonic got a level up from that. What do you want as a Daytona USA and Virtual Racing cab? I don't see that happening. Maybe. It would also depend if they'd be willing to ever increase their price above like $500. Not that, you know, for $500 they couldn't cram in something that can run, you know, fucking 32-bit racing games. It's just, I don't know if they're going to be willing to do that. Yeah, I know, Knuckles. That's why it says flight and the world turned yellow. I just want the Sonic movie to come out. Sonic movie 2 come out. I want Tails to be voiced by someone ridiculous like James Earl Jones or something. And then I want everyone to be angry about it. It will be very funny. I like this level. It's really long. I mean, I died a bunch, so it was a really terrible run. But even when you're good, it's like a 6-7 minute level.
Piece of cake.
I'm drinking out of a TARDIS cup, which unfortunately actually has less water in it than you would think. No, James Earl Jones as Tails is the best casting choice. I'm very talented. I'm a great casting director. Hollywood should hire me.
Cute.
Shut up, Sonic.
My day.
Shut up, Sonic. I'm talented and good. And I should be hired by Sega and by Paramount. I should be their casting director. Henceforth, I cast everything. I just have the same cast except to be James Earl Jones as Tails.
What a joke.
What did you say? Now I'm rich.
I don't like how his teeth bend when he moves his mouth. This Eggman model disgusts me, and I know it's Metal Sonic, but I hate him. He's terrible. Yeah, that's right. It's Metal Sonic. Spoiler alert for God, how old is Heroes now? I don't even want to know. I don't want to feel ancient. To be fair, I don't remember when this game came out, but yeah, I don't have a distinct memory of it. I remember getting it, but it was already out when I got it. Like, I got it as a 2-pack with a copy of Adventure 2, because I destroyed my copy of Adventure 2 or lost it or something. And then I got another copy, and it came bundled with this.
Smash them all.
Leave it to me.
And I looked, that bundle's not worth anything. I got excited when I first thought about it, but
That was great.
everyone is played by James Earl Jones. I like James Earl Jones. Why are you saying like it would be a bad thing? James Earl Jones is top tier, man. He's like, I am your father. And then Sonic's like, how are you my father? You're younger than me, Tails.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
Spawn the next wave of enemies so I can murder them with Sonic's Team Blast thing. Yeah. Kill, kill, kill.
Looks like there's a bunch of them. Come and
He did kill them all. It just took him a really long time.
So easily, Eggman.
They're everywhere.
take this. Here we go.
So place your bets. Will I get to take a vacation this year? Because last year we were like, not like a time off work thing. I got time off work because, you know, we were forced closed for a while. But like in terms of like an actual like leave the area I live vacation, will I be able to take one this year? Oh, I hate this fucking boss fight. It sucks so much. Well, place your bets. Will it be safe at some point? Because it's not a matter of can I like, but like can I safely go like to the beach or something? The main thing for me is gonna be, are myself and my family vaccinated by then? The answer for my family will be yeah, but will I be vaccinated? Because I don't really qualify on anything, because I'm not in terrible shape, and I don't have any health conditions that matter for vaccination, because I'm not at any great risk of death.
Too cool.
And I work at a video game store, which is not particularly important. I would like to go on a vacation. You'd bet by June? I think you're being really generous with that, Lou. That seems really ahead of the curve. Maybe by June, though. That'd be nice. Then again, we have a million more people vaccinated, or not a million more. We have more people vaccinated in the U.S. as of now than we had test positive for COVID, which is great. So hopefully, I shouldn't have been Sonic for this. Oh, please don't end in me dying. Always launch Sonic with Thundershoot if you want to do the Lightspeed attack, because Sonic will just hurtle to his death sometimes. You can't control him whenever he's doing that, so he'll just kill himself.
They're everywhere. Not bad.
I still don't know what the fuck Tails is saying when he does that. Whee! You'd still be on deployment, so you literally won't know what happens until September. Perhaps you will cure COVID underwater in a submarine, on a boat. You'll use your powers and cure the disease. You'll do whatever it is you do in the Navy and cure all illness. And you'll be rewarded for your powers. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have used the Team Blast. Damn it. Seawater and wellsperm's the cure. I should have known. Just spam in Thundershoot, getting that Team Blast up. You know what? If everyone else is dead, I can just... Oh, they're not dead. They're just chilling in the corner for no reason. I just really don't like this boss fight at all. It sucks. It's really bad. When I play through Heroes, I get angry at this part every time. I think Tails is actually screaming old-timey, like, slurs. I think he's just a deeply offensive bigot. You'll be going to school physically for the first time in a year in 2 days. Well, that's terrible. First, keep the windows wide open. You know what? It better be freezing than dying of illness, right? I, in my college courses, am all online. Thank goodness. I mean, there's some outrage from students because the school's not even giving the option to do in-person for most classes. Only labs. But I'm like, screw... And my labs got just postponed. Like, I just wasn't even allowed to take them. And I'm like, that's fine. Because I don't want to die. I'd rather just be in college slightly longer. When are they gonna make a sequel to Sonic Heroes called Sonic Villains, where you play as Dr. Eggman, and that's it? Eggman, Zavik, and Lyric.
What's the matter? Got nothing left?
When will they make a Zavok video game?
Just warming up.
This is only the beginning. Got it. Take this. Take this. Take this.
Leave it to Dave.
Zavok is the best Sonic villain. Change my mind. Alright, you did it. You changed my mind. You didn't have to say much.
That was great.
Seriously, though, I quite like Zavok. I don't think he's as bad as everyone says he is. I mean, he's not good. He's not a well-utilized or written villain. But I think he worked in Lost World. And that was the only game where he had to work. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he keeps showing up and stuff, but
Don't get too
he's not super important, you know?
Those were the easy ones.
I could beat Zavok in a fist fight, though, because he would just guard, and then you kick him, and he flies backwards off a dragon. I love how fucking polygonal Knuckles' socks are. Look at them.
From those robots.
They're just solid. Those look painful. And imagine that'd be very constricting on your movement with your legs, like trying to move your ankles around. You'd just be sort of stuck, frozen, you know? Oh, thank God we're at Egg Fleet. I'm like getting tired. Zavok worked in Lost World, but after that he's like a friend who isn't welcome, but you allow him to stay to be nice. Yeah. That's pretty accurate. I just don't get why everyone hated the Deadly Six so much. I was like, yeah, they're fine. I mean, they weren't very deadly. They died in 3 hits, but still.
Party started.
Sonic was deadly for them. He just actually murdered them at the end.
Wow. We're flying.
This level's pretty rad. I don't like the second act of this zone, but I like this level a lot. It's really cool.
Let's keep moving.
Jump! Yay! Sonic, be cool. Skip the rail grinding. I don't know if you can skip the rail grinding or not. I'm just trying to. The answer is yes, you can, because I'm skillful. I say I'm skillful as I run headfirst into an enemy. When are we gonna get a Sonic 3D All-Stars with Sonic Adventure, Adventure 2, and Heroes? I'd buy that. And then complain about how they didn't change anything. They got the wrong definition of deadly. They thought it meant wouldn't be able to die. Yeah, they just got confused. They didn't understand on the contract. Oh, you meant immortal. We're extremely mortal. I just remember playing that for the first time, and you get to Zaz, and he just dies in 2 hits, and you're like, all right, well, maybe it'll be harder in the actual boss fight, and then it's even easier. So I was like, okay, well, surely the other Deadly Six will be better than this, and then none of them are. They're all so easy. And Lost World as a whole isn't particularly easy. It's actually one of the harder Sonic games. It has some really solid and tight platforming at times. So you play this game that's like legitimately challenging, and then you get to the boss fights, and it's like, all right, homing attack him. All right, you did it. He's dead. Oh, you hit him twice? Yeah, that's all you really needed to do. Good job. Very proud of you. Good job, Sonic. I like that theory. Yeah, the Deadly Six just misunderstood they didn't understand the job description. But everyone liked them. They got hired anyway. They were the only applicants. You liked Lost World Challenge, but you just thought it was a crappy Mario game. Everyone thought that, except me. I really liked Lost World. I thought it was good. Like, not amazing, just, you know, good. Not so much the 3DS version, which is more Sonic-y. Like, I'll give it credit. The 3DS version feels much more like a Sonic game. But I just don't think it's a very good platformer. And I know people have, like, I've seen the argument of Lost World's an okay enough game, but it's not a good Sonic game. I think it's a fucking stupid argument. A good game's a good game. I don't know. I like Lost World, but I also understand why people don't. Like, the controls, whenever you get the hang of them, are really fun in my opinion. But holy shit, that learning curve is ridiculous to a fault. Like, it's way harder than it should be to get good at that game. But I don't know, I just can't hate it.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
And I've never tried to hate it. I'm fine with the fact that I like it.
Let's go.
It helps that I really needed the Wii U to have a game for me to give a shit about. Like, I think that's probably a big part of it. I got the Wii U launch day in, fuck, I don't know, 8th grade, probably. 8th or 9th grade. And I just needed it to have a good game. It would have been 9th grade, because Lost World came out when I was in 10th grade. I remember, because I took a break from playing it to go to a party to talk to a girl. And it was really awkward. It sucked. But I should have stayed home and played Lost World. I mean, she's one of my best friends, but still. That's cool. I like that scene a lot. It's really nifty. But, God. See, this is the kind of level design I like. I really like this level. This is so solid. It's action-y. You're mixing up moves a lot. Like, this is like the sort of thing I want to see in 3D Sonic. But yeah, so the Wii U came out when I was in 9th grade. And then the other consoles would have come out in 10th grade, which is the same year that Lost World came out. As well as the same year that, like, Mario 3D World would have come out, Mario Kart 8. Let me tell you, I was not excited for 3D World. And then it came out, and it is one of my favorite Mario games. You love this theme. This is a great level track. Typically, any Sonic level set on a ship have really, like an airship, have really solid music. That's a pretty typical thing. It's also kind of cool. You don't really go inside these ones. You go inside airships in Sonic games most of the time, but here you just run on top of it. It's a little more Wing Fortress rather than Flying Battery, if you know what I mean. Ouch, he says as he gets hit by a fucking spike bomb. He's a very casual guy, Sonic the Hedgehog is. What the hell? What was that? He was just running. That was weird. Whatever. No! The homing attack was supposed to catch the thing because of the wind. Now I'm angry. That was stupid. That was my fault. I should have been slow and patient. But normally if you homing attack that, Sonic will just grab it. Still have to decide if I'm going to review Bowser's Fury when it comes out, like give it a mini video, or if I'm going to stream it. Because Bowser's Fury looks lit. Also, Kaiju Bowser. Yes, please. Like, I need more of that in my life. Because Bowser's Fury looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I love open world Mario. Like, not open world, you know what I mean? Like, more open-ended Mario. Like, Odyssey is still basically perfect. But I love Super Linear Mario, too. My two favorite 3D Mario games are probably, at this point, probably Odyssey and 3D World. Then again, I haven't played 3D World in years. Since definitely before Odyssey came out. Well before Odyssey came out. It's probably been like 4 or 5 years since I played 3D World, now that I think about it. Jeez. I don't even know where my copy of 3D Land went. I've had to rebuy a lot of 3DS games, actually. The only ones I seem to know where they are, like, I never lost my Sonic games or the Metroid games. I did lose Ocarina of Time and Link Between Worlds. I had to rebuy both of them. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I have to rebuy 3D Land at some point, probably. And New Super Mario Bros. 2, which is not a game I want to rebuy, because it's not good. I wonder if that blizzard ever started coming down.
Yes!
Oh, looks like it's in now, actually. It's a bad enough blizzard, I'll be off work. Which sounds great, but actually not really. Because paycheck.
Too easy!
Yeah, it's a little awkward. Their models are a little weird. To quiet down because my family's going to sleep. I started streaming later than I was planning on to tonight.
This must be Eggman's headquarters.
The airbase!
How does this thing
This level's cool as shit to look at. I hate this level. I don't think it's fun at all, but it looks so cool. This is a very jarring Act 1 to Act 2 transition because I don't think this level's good at all. But Act 1, it rules.
Take this, take this. Here we go. Level up.
Leave it to me. Let's go! Alright!
Dead. I love it. Gets PTSD from Team Dark's version. That's rough. Yeah.
Let's go!
Did we just die again? Oh, no. Triangle jump. That's such a cool... It's so snappy and quick. It feels so good to use. I love the triangle jump in this game. It's so cool. Sonic's momentum is really fucky in this game. I don't think it's supposed to be able to just go wherever you want the way you can. So what we do here is cheat, because I don't want to put in the effort of playing this correctly. So as long as you don't move tails, your flight bar doesn't decrease, like at all. So when in doubt, this is the easiest way to bulk up your Team Blast meter. You hate how long the stages are in Team Sonic, but you could probably read the entirety of Lord of the Rings in the time of Team Dark level. Yeah, that's my biggest issue with Heroes, trying to replay it, is partially Team Dark, partially, you know, obviously Chaotix isn't very fun. They both suck, basically. I think Team Sonic's levels are fine until, like, halfway through. And they get too long. It's also partially just what you do in the levels. Like I said, the last level, Egg Fleet or whatever, great. It's just solid. It's all speedy platforming and lightspeed dashes and chaining homing attacks, and it's cool stuff. This level's like, yeah, let's utilize the other characters. And I get it, but I don't like the other characters. Oh, I missed that thing. And Knuckles is pretty casual about the world collapsing under his feet. Oh, that guy died fast. The mid-air, like, slam dunk move as Knuckles is really fun, actually. Like, legitimately pretty fun. That's how you win this. If you can get Knuckles up on top like that, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Otherwise, those robots are a bitch and a half. Also, Lord of the Rings isn't that long. Just putting it out there. The trilogy's long, like, as a whole, but I've read longer single books than the Lord of the Rings trilogy as a whole. Just saying. Try reading Les Miserables sometimes. It's very long. The big fuck you Eggman laser at the end always kills me for some reason. It makes me feel really stupid. I do like how many enemies you can skip in this level, though. Not all of them, but there's a decent chunk that you can just completely ignore. No, Tails, please, 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 please. Oh, thank you. As a 9th grader, the most you can take is Order of the Phoenix. Man, I was like your age when I was reading longer books. I think I read the Lord of the Rings trilogy the first time when I was in like 8th grade. I didn't like the Lord of the Rings trilogy in 8th grade though. I liked them a lot more when I reread them as an adult. I like The Hobbit though. The Hobbit's still one of my favorite books. Actually, it's still my favorite book. I think it's my favorite book at least. It's probably my favorite. I want to do a video on games of The Hobbit this year, actually. That's on the agenda. Because there's a new Lord of the Rings game coming out based on Gollum, of all things. So I'm going to talk about the Hobbit games, because there's a bunch of them. Thing is, some of them are, like, the original was a really, really good text adventure game. And I don't know how the fuck to review a text adventure. I do like text adventures. I just don't know how to review them. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know, interactive fiction isn't a video game. It is a video game, but it's not a normal video game. It's not something where you're, you know, pressing buttons and the inputs are directly impacting the gameplay. It's more, you know, yeah, you're vaguely suggesting what the character should do. Which is super fun. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's to the point, I know my sister took a college class about interactive fiction she briefly pursued it as a major, which was basically just text-based adventure games, and I'm like, that's a college major? Are you kidding? That'd be awesome. My major is just computers. Like, jeez. Not even the interesting parts of computers. Reviewing a text adventure is just reviewing a choose your own adventure book. Yeah, basically. Like, that's basically accurate. Wow. I don't know why they just clipped right through that rail. It was terrible. This level's so boring. It's such a downgrade from the previous stage. Am I still in... Am I in grad still, or still doing undergrad? Undergrad. I'm very boring and very slow and changed my major completely. And transferred schools. So, yeah, I'm going to be in college for, like, ever. I'm probably not going to, like, graduate until I'm, like, literally 25. It's terrible. But, you know, that's okay. I'll just... Well, it's partially because I go part-time, though. I graduated high school in 2016. Robot, please fall down. Don't want to fight you. And I was intentionally saving my Team Blast for these guys. But yeah, I graduated high school in 2016. And went full-time for education, changed to computer science, then changed to IT at a different school. Which was basically a complete restart like a year ago. So, yeah, fun times. This is the part where we just cheat. Look at that skill. Look how I hold the A button and press the B button with the same thumb. That's talent, let me tell you. Because I'm not putting in that effort. I'm not fighting all those guys. They take so long to kill. It's so quick to just, you know, press the Z button. Or Z if you're not American. Teach you my skills. Duh, man. My skills are my own. I'm a master of playing mildly tedious platformers. We like barely landed on the platform. I almost fucked that up. Yay. Hey, look, we maxed out Knuckles. That's good. I think this is the last checkpoint, though. This part always screws me up, because I never remember if you hold in the button or if you mash the button. I think I'm going to hold it, because that seems to be right. But if you hold in the B button, you accelerate quicker. I think it's quicker to hold it in than to mash it, but I don't know because I'm not obsessive enough about Sonic Heroes to remember. Pretty much every time I play through this game completely like this, it's on a stream. We're dead. Because I accidentally jumped. Yeah, I accidentally jumped. Whee! I think holding forward and B is going to be my solution for getting through this section. The Egg Carrier is better than this because it had really cool music. This is a good track too, but I love Egg Carrier music. No, fuck flight formation. I don't need it. I'm gonna be speed, and it's gonna be awesome. Watch this. Okay. That one might... I don't know. Look, it's a Genesis controller. That's to distract from the fact that I died. Very automated. Okay, you can't fly out of the rainbow rings anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm doing it the way I was doing it. Speed formation, holding in B. This is the winning strat, I'm telling you. And then I'm going to hold forward and B and hope for the best. Yep, okay, that was the correct strategy. Why didn't he just activate all 3 lasers? Because he's Eggman? Actually, it's Metal Sonic, so I don't know. Because Metal Sonic's not supposed to be that inept.
Yes!
God, they're so shiny. I hate their design in this game. They look terrible.
Shoot.
Not my day.
This time you won't get away.
Give it up. This looks like checkmate, Doctor.
It does not look like checkmate. This song is also a bop. It's such a good track. Top movies of 2020 years are Piece of Woman, Feels Good Man, Promising Young Woman, and Hamilton. I didn't watch a ton of movies in 2020. Hamilton, I was very happy to finally get to see. I don't know how I count it as a movie because it's more of just a stage recording. But Hamilton was awesome. What else did I watch in 2020? The Sonic movie I liked for, you know, obvious Sonic-y reasons. What else did I even see in theaters in 2020? Sonic was definitely the last thing I saw. That might have been the only movie I saw in 2020 in theaters. Yeah, if I count Hamilton, then Hamilton would probably be one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I love that movie. best thing to do in this boss fight is to just level up Tails and then spam him with Thunder Shoot because it just completely destroys him. Well, right now I can do more damage with Knuckles. We'll just do that. Nah, I think it's gonna be better if I just use Tails. I'm trying to think.
I'll show you what real evil is.
What else did I see in 2020? What movies came out?
This is it, guys. Don't hold anything back.
I guess Wonder Woman 1984 came out, and that was fine.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Like I liked it fine. I didn't love it.
Level up.
I watched a lot of TV in 2020. I didn't really see a ton of movies. Yeah, I guess Hamilton would be my favorite. Sonic movie was really good. Okay, I need to get rings, desperately. Okay. Oh, I saw parts of Feels Good Man. It looked interesting, actually. Yeah. How a dude's just comic character got appropriated to be a symbol of, you know, hate and vitriol. It's interesting. At least it sounds like it would be interesting. I'm assuming it's interesting. What the fuck? No. Okay, well, I guess I'll take that as a sort of a win because I didn't die. Didn't level up how I wanted to, though. I'm much more interested in leveling up Tails than anything. Sweet. Well, I always feel bad for that dude because he didn't set out to make a hate symbol. But yeah, Pepe got, you know, terribly. Thanks, Eggman. You're so friendly and nice.
This is it, guys. Don't hold anything back.
Okay.
I don't like the Egg Emperor fight, by the way. I like the music, and that's literally it.
Leave it to me.
You can't let him get too far away before you launch yourself to him, because if you do, he will actually charge you. It's a balancing act. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hamilton as my favorite movie, but with a qualifier that I don't know if it counts.
Leave it to me.
No, the Sonic movie would be my favorite probably, but Hamilton's awesome. I listen to that soundtrack very, very often. It's a little bit more sort of glorifying of historical figures that I'm usually into, but it's fantastic.
We're the stars of this party.
Let's go unbeatable.
Let's see what you got. It's not over yet, troublesome.
Hello. How you doing tonight?
Smell victory. Time to pay, Eggman.
I won't go down that easy.
Level up.
Yeah, a lot of movies I was looking forward to for 2020 got... Oh, the Borat sequel was really funny. I liked Borat 2 a lot. I don't know how funny it'll be in a post-election world. Oh god, please survive. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
I'll show you what real evil is.
This is it, guys. Don't hold anything back.
I really hate this boss fight. It's so badly designed. They shouldn't have a thing with bottomless pits if he can attack you over the bottomless pits. If they just acted as transitions, it would be fine, but they're not. They are actual parts of the boss fight. I don't think I usually struggle this much with him. He's usually dead by now. Like, I'm just not doing well tonight, but ooh, this is very frustrating. You don't stand slave owners, but Hamilton's a great story set and choreography. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, Hamilton's fantastic. It's really good. Not all the founding fathers were slave owners. Washington and Hamilton, yeah. But also, Hamilton was also, or Washington also sort of became like a pseudo-abolitionist by the end. He was weird. They like freed his slaves in his will. That was very odd. Like once they were done being directly useful to him, they were freed. It's like, okay, you could have done that before you died, but you know, whatever. I think he was just trying not to be a controversial figure, though. Also, you know, he was an old-timey white guy, so there's also that. Love how Knuckles says Eggman like it's a racial slur. Well, it is an insult. Oh, fuck. Fuck you, not Eggman. I don't like this boss fight. I don't like this fight. I like the fight music. I like the 3DS Generations version of this fight. Oh, look, all those attacks are going the wrong direction because I confused them. Stupid idiot robot Sonic piece of shit. Yeah, this is like the worst boss fight in the game in my opinion. I really don't like it. It's a bad fight. If I can get him my thunder shots to not hit the enemies with their spiky shields though, like you can kill them really quick. I've single cycled this guy before. You just, if those enemies get over here, you kind of can't. Please get rings, please get rings, please get rings. Thank you. Okay, you're attacking the wrong thing, but that's okay. Kill, kill, kill. No, this fight totally does not mesh with this game's controls or mechanics. And it's also just poorly designed, because again, his attacks hitting you while you're, like, in midair is terrible. And I hate that charge attack so much. I just wanted to get the extra level of Sonic. It doesn't even matter. I just wanted it. Whatever. Go on, Eggman. Go away. Go away. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's better. I do like him having a quotable Eggman line, though. That's correct. He should be like that. Okay, we're gonna kill him this cycle, though. So that's something at least. Oh yeah, he's basically dead. Just fucking die, Eggman. Oh my god. It wasn't that impossible. It just took me like 20 minutes. Oh, that's a bad boss fight. Yeah, we're gonna call it a stream after the cutscene, because I gotta go to bed, because I probably work tomorrow. There's many Eggman quotes in that God of Mediocrity stuff that full of Eggman quotes. How is that an A rank? Normally I would scream in an Eggman impression and quote it, but that would make me yelled at by my family when I'm done streaming.
Maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles.
Yeah, good night. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Two Tails.
Sonic's eyes freak me out in this cutscene. He's weird. Glad when he leaves. He freaks me out. He's gross. This song is actually a banger, but I gotta go. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like this stream, I'm still going to be streaming on YouTube occasionally. But we're going to be phasing streams over to Twitch and focusing much more on video content on the channel. So, the Twitch link is in the description, or at least it should be. It's also on screen. It's twitch.tv/LyingTuna. We're going to be doing more than just Sonic streams on there. We're going to be covering a lot of classic games. I want to do a lot of modern stuff, too. Just, like, games that you probably wouldn't expect. Games that I can't really talk about on the channel without it being really sort of tonally inappropriate for the kind of content I make. Not like the games are inappropriate, and like not because of the content in the games. Like I say fuck a lot, and I don't mind violence on the channel. But you know, if I was suddenly reviewing The Last of Us Part 2, it'd be a little weird and out of nowhere. At least as of right now. I want to get the channel in a more variety-oriented direction. But please explain how Eggman printed an MP4 file on the paper. I'm assuming it was just a really thin LCD with speakers, because he has an IQ of 300 and he can do that. They have foldable phones. Why not make ruffleable screens? Ruffleable. Is that a word? It is now. Anyway, video's going to be on the channel soon. I basically took January as a long prep time. Wasn't supposed to. Wasn't the plan. But that's what happened. And I think it'll work out fine. So we got Balan Wonderworld video coming out this week. Pac-Man World 2 video probably next week. I want to put out one more video in February after that. It'll be Sonic. So be excited for that. It's a game review. A big game review, actually. Consider it a very late subscriber special for like 250 subscribers as I near 500. But that's okay. The current plan is basically big Sonic videos, like mainline Sonic game videos, will be coming out as I hit subscriber milestones. So I got one planned for 1,000, and we'll plan it out after that from there, depending on how quickly things seem to be going. At this rate, I think it's going to take me a couple months to hit 1,000, but we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to go. Follow the Twitch. Keep an eye on the YouTube. Lots of content coming. Really excited for it. Consider this back on YouTube time. Why I did it on the first. But yeah, night. Thanks for tuning in.